out to Alpha, Omega, Papega, who will be taking you through this OBS in what has been a very anticipated match between the side of June Squad and Wong's Bakery. A reminder, so far Wong's Bakery entirely undefeated in this league, haven't even dropped a game, never mind a series, whereas June Squad have come off some draws that maybe they wouldn't have expected coming into this league, right, Taylor?
Uh, yeah, I think I completely agree with that. I still think, based off of that, Wongs are probably the favorites here, I want to say.
Definitely.
But I don't know if you want to. I was thinking for this cast, we could both like be really biased, because obviously you got your boys on the side of Junes, and then I'm closer with some of the guys on Wong's, well, Moth especially. So,
Yeah, like the first reason I fucking hate Wong's Bakery is I'm on both sides. I just hope both sides have fun. Yeah, I'll be biased. I'm down for that. Solar Crest Earth Spirit banned immediately. That is an essential ban playing into June Squad. The Abaddon taken out second. Less of a common hero for Mr. Diddles, but a very good support right now. Whereas the side of June Squad, they ban out Moth heroes, both the Bounty Hunter and the Nyx Assassin, and they ban out the Magnus and the DK, which Wongs do flex.
Yeah, I think Nyx and Bounty right now, these like you see even in like the pro Dota right now, like the amount of like invis heroes that are getting picked, like these two and Ricky, it's like a lot just because I don't know, these heroes are just invis is good. I think even like the top players have now realized that how annoying it is to play against, like, and especially when it gets like towards later in the game, like not having slots for like dust and stuff. It's a nightmare. The first ban Abaddon though from Wong's, is there something there? Has Diddle's been liking it, or one of the core players now?
No, he doesn't play it, and this is exactly what I expect from Wongs. I was surprised to let the clock work through. I think the side of June Squad are okay with letting the clock work through, and I think they might let through something like a Bat Rider on the side of June Squad. They've been practicing a lot on Mousy, and if they get it here, they'd probably be happy enough with that. They have not been playing the Abaddon, which is why I was quite surprised by that also. The Lich ban is Diddle's hero, though, so that's not hugely surprising.
Yeah, the Clockwork, unsurprising first pick for the side of Wong's.
Such a good hero.
Kamki, just this like I don't know. I think it's maybe his like best hero right now,
Yeah, I mean,
perhaps.
they play it on Maniac as well. I think Clock is far better as a 5 right now than a 4, which historically wasn't. Kamki, obviously, God. It'd be great for Kamki, though, because it means he'll get to play a game this league where they don't stick him on Shadow Demons. So he's been let out of his cage. I'm sadly still in gay Abaddon jail on my team. But this is interesting. So June Squad pick up the Tiny. So June Squad flex this. They play it in 2, 3, and used to play it in 5, but not anymore. So this is either a 2 or a 3. Kian can play this if needs be.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a lot weaker on 3 though on Tiny, to be honest. I think it's one of those heroes like you need to have a good lane on it, or like your game sucks. From the pause 3 position at least. Uh, and we've seen Solar Crest play before, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
he does like
He
this
does.
hero. So most likely, I'd say like I mean, like you said, it's kind of like a soft flex, but I'd be very surprised if they play it anywhere else.
And Wong seemed to agree, banning out the Beastmaster, which has been Faith Kian's most played pause 3 this patch. He hasn't played it in the league yet. Jude Squad being drafted by Solar Crest to, in his own words, oh, my draft's a secret. And then you have to find out in like 4 days what he's going to do. So a lot of times they're a little bit in the dark, and that's kind of his plan this league. And it's interesting to see how it plays out. They ban out the Dawnbreaker, which is another Faith Kian special. The last Faith Kian hero really in the pool that I'm thinking right now is something like that Faith Kian Timber, which he's very well known for and very experienced on and quite good at. Um, he's also been toying with the Enigma recently, but against a team like Wong's, especially into Clockwork, that feels incredibly rough. So I doubt we will see that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the two heroes I don't know come to mind for Kane that are good at the minute are probably Timber or Doom. Fair
Okay.
enough that they take the Timber out themselves because I think Wong's actually picked this a lot more than Jin Squad do. And because Shirks is I mean, he plays this like pretty much any good Timber game they can get, they'll pick this guy Timber. So whereas I think Kane maybe is less. I mean, I feel like they're like less inclined to pick it every game as they are on the side of Wong. So fair enough on the ban.
Yeah, kind of expected. The Shirks on Timber is an absolute menace. Sorry, I'm supposed to be biased against him. Shirks on Timber, pure trash. Go, 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 go. There is the Mr. Hills hero, the Lion, something that he's been favorably quite heavily this patch. It was a hero we saw a lot towards the start of the patch, but have seen a little bit less of recently.
They play it on pause 5. This isn't the
Yeah,
Moisey line.
this is a 5 Lion, I would imagine.
Okay. I feel like I like it less on the pause 5. I don't think it's like too threatening in lane. It's like a bit annoying with the air spike, but I think it's still okay.
There is now this is interesting from Wong because it suggests the clockwork is probably 4 in the hands of Maniac, right?
No. I would no. I would say the Zeus is most likely going to be played by Maniac. I mean, he's playing a lot of it recently, I think. And Kamki is he's just the clockwork player. I would be very surprised if they do it any other way around. Because you said, and I think you said before, like you said earlier, like the Maniac can take the clockwork, but I don't think honestly, I don't think they will ever do that when they pick clockwork.
Yeah, when you have a player as good as Kamki on it, just makes sense. Now we see what is the first pick I am positive of. That is the Nagi Invoker, needs no introduction. An incredibly experienced player on this hero who's put in some great showings over the course of the last few leagues.
Yeah, I think for a lane like Tiny, I feel like for a lot of heroes, you're probably not gonna like solo kill them, or you'll struggle to a lot without some more rotations. But like against these kind of like slow melee heroes, Invoker actually kind of likes this because it's like so easy for him to get his like EMP off, which just kind of like like gimps his game a bit. Makes it harder for him to rotate if he doesn't have like a full bottle, things like this. So
Yeah,
yeah,
really.
and these. No, you can go.
Oh no, go ahead, please, by all means, sir.
I was just
I
saying,
bow.
Nagi's just been kind of not mogging on it recently. I really likes it. Oh, the Morphling? Okay.
Yeah. So this is one of those picks that often feels like a deny pick as well, insofar as Coral is an absolute god of Morphling. So him not getting that is always nice, but it does open up quite a few counters to the Morphling coming in here. I mean, if they don't take the Doom themselves here, it could be quite a nice pick for Wongs, right?
Yeah, I don't remember seeing Shirks play it, to be honest. But that doesn't mean, but I might have just missed that. He maybe does play it. I guess from the offlane though, there is kind of like more options.
Okay, so it is
Uh,
a 4 line. I haven't seen Mousy play too much of this, which is interesting, but that's absolutely the Diddles hero, that Ogre there, right?
yeah, I
Unless it's
would
some
say so.
fucky pause 3 Ogre bullshit and Jude Squad are Juding it up. But I doubt
Nah.
that. I'm going to say that's just Diddles. He likes Ogre.
Um, I don't know. I feel like if I'm Wong's right now, I've got like a Zeus on my team. There's like a Morphling to kill. There's like 3 melee heroes. I feel like I would want to play Axe here. There's like no save as well. Um, and you have like Invoker to like, get the spells off, do a lot of damage. It might not be Axe, but they might do some other. I mean, pretty much right now, they got a lot of damage from the Invoker and the Zeus. I think if they have some like jump, get stuck in, hit the stuns on like the Morphling and the supports hero, like I don't know, which I think Shrix plays a couple of them. I think more notably the Mars.
Yeah, he plays the Mars. He does play Axe. Axe is his third most played hero this patch, with a pretty solid 58% win rate as well on that in pubs. So wouldn't be an out of left pocket kind of pick here.
Yeah, I wonder if they're thinking that, or if they want to take Carl's hero here, because they might be scared if they don't take like whatever hero they really want here. Like maybe I'm not really sure what they would want. Like okay,
And there's
okay.
the Axe as expected.
Yeah, but it's like super free into Morphling, and when you got Zeus behind you, like this combo is like so nice to play.
What is it, the follow up of the Nimbus in general, or just even in the early levels you like it?
Just yeah, like in the mid game, like when you're doing calls with like the blade mail calls, like the having this is ult, not even the Nimbus. Just because if you hit multiple heroes and then this is all hits multiple heroes as well, it's like you're in such a good start of the fight. It's kind of just won already.
Indeed, waiting on these last two bans out from Wong's Bakery. Most likely going to focus in on those pause 3 heroes for Faith Kian. In terms of what he actually has left looking at his pool, So Faithkian historically has played some team fighty type heroes. That's what he likes to play. Things like the SK, even though it's a garbage hero right now, garbage into Zeus. Unlikely to see that. Something like an Enigma here, but it feels so bad into both Clock and Zeus and Invo. It just feels like it's really hard to get off your black hole. So the last thing that I'm thinking that maybe Faith Kian could slag down, I'm not even sure. Maybe a Doom for himself.
I mean, yeah, it could be them. They're gonna have last pick is the thing. So they're gonna be able to take a look. Yeah, I was actually thinking the Bloodseeker would might have been nice for Wong's Bakery. I don't really know how it lines up against the Morphling, but you know, having like the Zeus and the Axe and starting the fights and getting people low, Bloodseeker I think would have been super good for them.
Bloodseeker Zeus in general is just a disgusting combo. Like my team pick it routinely for exactly that reason. It just gives you that instant speed steroid that enables you to run at the enemies in that mid game. It's disgusting, and Clockwork as well pairs quite nicely with it. So a nice choice in ban. They also ban out the Spectre as well, another one that tends to group up with that Clockwork with that Zeus, make what is an initial support jump into a support plus core jump. So really liking those bans out from June Squad.
Yeah, I mean, two like the best heroes of the patch can't cannot be bad bans, right? Uh, I don't know. The other good heroes, carry heroes, they're left. Alk is still in the pool, but I'm not too sure if it's that good into Morphling. Like I feel if we get to the late game with the Alchemist versus Morphling matchup, Morphling might mog him a bit. But they can also play some, win the lanes with Alk, shut the, kind of close the game out with their fast play before Morphling can actually, become a hero. So there's that
Do you think there's
option as
potential for a
well.
PA here?
PA, maybe I at the same time I feel like that matchup will be worse than the Alk matchup. In the Morphling, I'm not entirely sure though.
Ursa
Okay,
here.
they go for it. Okay. Uh, Nothing. I mean, I wasn't even thinking of that hero, but yeah, I guess in their heads they're probably thinking Kian wants to play one of these melee offlaners, as he usually does. I mean, Enigma might be a free lane for him here, to be honest. They don't really have too much AoE or anything to kill the actual Eidolons. Like if he micros them correctly and he has been playing that, it's might actually be okay.
He has been playing it. The question is, when he gets into that mid game, when they have so many ways of stopping his black hole, is it worth it?
Well, yeah, I feel like Enigmas these days, it's actually I feel like it's less about the black hole, more about like winning the lane and like stomping the lane and getting the ores up. So and you can take these like early fights based off of the things that he has.
Keep in
I
mind, it's
think
not guaranteed yet. It is a grief. I think if he does it here, and I do think the tiny is going to go mid, but it is not entirely guaranteed. That's not a 3.
yeah, it's true. It's true. They could pick
10 seconds.
some Solar Crest sniper or something, send tiny offlane.
It
Is that
could be
fuff?
pretty cool. Enigma is the pick in the end. Okay, nice.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I mean, I think this Enigma pick comes down to can Mousy and Kane play this lane well enough? In theory, or like hero wise, I think they should be able to. The whole thing with Enigma is if you can't kill his Eidolons, then you really struggle in lane because he can just pretty much get all of the last hits, denies and uh, and pretty much whatever he wants. Ursa and Clock, I imagine, don't really have a very good way of stopping that. Maybe the Cogs can do something. Actually, no, probably not. To be honest.
It's one of those
So
things as well where that lane has kind of been the troublesome lane for the side of June squad so far this league. You know, the mousy Faith Yan lane has suffered quite heavily in the last few games. So they kind of need this one to go well, not just for the game, but I think also for the mental state. So definitely going to be the lane to watch this game.
sorry, I'm just gonna go quickly place a bet on Wong. Wong's.
And I'm going to go quickly
If you
place a
wanna,
bet on June. Absolutely predict. Juners.
nice,
Oh,
nice,
my
good
boys
stuff.
need it. Fuck me. Okay. Okay. Let me give you a little nice 1K onto the juniors there. There we go.
1K. Come on, man, match my 75, you pussy.
I don't have that many points, bro. I watch all the games because I'm in them, but that's really it. I don't think I can quite live up to that just yet. Someone else is betting with me though, so there's some belief in the Junes here, and I do quite like June's draft, despite the difference between the two teams that is inherently there.
Yeah, no, I agree. I actually do like the JOONS draft. I feel like Tiny does kind of like though when can like pick off squishy heroes, and none of these apart from the Zeus are really going to be that squishy. Like even with the way invokers build these days, the way they build like like the double stat item like Dragonlance or Mage Slayer, Witchblade, something like this. I mean, he's gonna like not die to this combo like alone ever, pretty much.
Indeed. Well, we're gonna just have to wait and see. Reminder, guys, this is, I believe, week 3 of Division 1 of the Irish Dota League Season 4. I'm running tail taking through this one with Taylor Dota, alongside Alpha Megan Pega, who has kindly stepped in to do our OBS work this evening. These so far looks like on paper it should be slightly favored towards Wong's Bakery, but we're gonna have to see if JOONS can pull off an upset.
Oh man, I didn't know he was level 30 Morphling. I wouldn't have bet so many points. Shit, dude. Okay, well, I feel like that's maybe possibly their win condition now.
Indeed.
Well, I mean, well, not now. I mean, they know that from the pick, but uh, okay. So what way they lane this? Exactly how we thought it was gonna be. Just gonna be the Zeus Axe bottom. It looks like Clock Ursa top. Yeah, I really feel like they could struggle in this lane. Like I mean, like we said before, though, it is just dependent on how Fifth Kian plays with his Eidolons. And I don't really remember seeing him play heroes that aren't these like kind of like melee bruiser sort of guys. Like I'm kind of interested to see how well he plays it.
Yeah, like I've seen him play the Enigma sometimes to decent success, but it's been a while and only really in pubs, so be interested to see how he pulls this off. Looks like we might have a level 1 go potentially here. Smoke breaks, Shirk spotted, but they don't quite connect with him. So they do just end up having a nice little 2-for-2 bounty exchange there. No massive goes off level 1.
Yeah, everyone chilling out. What is does Ogre have the thingy facet learning curve?
I would
Um,
imagine he does. Yeah, he does have that learning curve
okay.
picked up. So pretty much a
Nice,
creep
nice.
for level 1. But close to that level 2 with a take out of the Obsword bottom. A nice pickup there for Emperor June at Game Mr. Diddles. A little bit of lore to add on to the spice of this game is that Mr. Diddles has just gotten off a plane after 2 weeks back in the motherland of Pakistan. So he has not been playing Dota at all in the meantime. And hang on, Kamki making a go onto Mousy. But Mousy with a nice little stun to follow up. Oh, but a nice cogs toss as well. Lion, of course, a hero that does have a lot of mana regeneration off of that Siphon Malice skill, which does help him against the Clockwork quite considerably compared to most. But his Courier here going to be picked off with both the Ward and the Fairy Fire on it, so not ideal there. Nice play by Kamki.
Can we get the last hits up, Pebble? Thank you. Yeah, I think like when he gets some levels on clock, he should have a pretty easy time against the line top. I want to say, like even like his level 2, Mouse is gonna struggle to fight him. But the only thing I'm concerned about is the Ursa versus the Enigma. He might really struggle with these wee Eidolon guys. Mid
Now,
though,
I've
I don't really know how this matchup goes. I feel like Invoker these days, because they build so many stats, they have such a good time against like everyone. But I feel like the same could be said for Tiny because it's Tiny. He's got a tree.
Ooh, look at this damage onto
Oh,
Core already. A nice
oh shit.
cogs there, saves Core's life, but now he's faced up with a stun coming out from Lion. One or two Miraculous Swords going to need, but the pushback from the cogs saves both of them on very low HP, but just about surviving. So far, those Eidolons doing all of that work that you said that they would. Looking pretty scary so far. The one thing I was going to say is, as someone who has played the Clock into Lion matchup more times than I'm willing to count, it is less favorable than one would think because Clock is so mana reliant that if you can get 1 or 2 sucks off on him, he has to ferry so many mangoes out that it can be hard. But a good player like Kamki perhaps. Oh, hang on! They got caught here with the Rogue Sunstrike. That is the naggy difference right there.
I mean, what a play! What a Sunstrike! Goddamn, that was beautiful.
Oh
I'm
god,
going
I'm
to be
really
very happy
unfortunate
about
with the
that.
Junes there. All 3 of the top 3 last deniers now going in favor of Wong's Bakery. So a start to the game that they are very happy with, and Nagi able to pick up the double Wraith Band off of that kill as well. And the glove.
Takes the rocket level 2 actually on Clockwork rather than the battery assault. I guess he's kind of thinking, because all these Eidolons and if Lion's going to play, together with the Enigma, then the battery assault's not going to do anything. Perhaps,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Pretty heads up play. Yeah, if you get cogs in with all those Eidolons, you're not doing any damage anyway, so you might as well give yourself something that helps secure range creeps maybe in that lane, which might be something they'll worry about later into the lane stage. So a really heads up play there by Kamki.
Yeah. Maniac laughing his ass off, having the double stack camp here already.
Yeah, looking a little tough so far.
Our
Emperor
Emperor June
June
guy
perhaps,
not having a good
you know,
time against it.
the return back to the motherland perhaps didn't do him any good here, but Maniac still alive, lives on 1 or 2 HP there, doesn't manage to go down. Shirk's quite low, the Morphling doing a lot of damage, but not quite enough, and obviously that Morphling going to be a little hesitant perhaps to go full algae after what happened last time.
Nah, I think he'll be aware of it. No, I think like he'll just like last time he just because he just like walked in a straight line and he wasn't thinking about this much. Like now he knows that could happen. It shouldn't happen again, right? I want to say.
Oh no, you just cursed it. It has to happen now. Shirk's being gone on now by Sicko on this Morphling. He manages to get off this Ignite on Emperor June, but ooh, ring around the rosies. Shirk's breaks their ankles in that tree line. And so far, the Ursa having a really nice start to this game. 25-0 so far on this pause 1.
Yeah, Ursa having a really really good time. I didn't really expect this to be honest, but maybe just they're getting a little skill diff top possibly.
That's one of
Because
those things we said, like that lane has not been ideal for June so far. The two
yeah, but
boys.
I don't think it should be just because like I feel like I don't know unless he's a lot of these last hits are Eidolons possibly, and they're doing a good job of killing him. That is maybe why he has high CS, Or
Would
actually,
make
no. It's probably because no, Ursa's farming every single wave under his tower. That's why.
Yeah.
They need Mozzie needs to get a pull off or something, or no, they still have the camp blocked. He needs to unblock this camp.
Most
I think,
definitely. Having that camp still left unblocked is pretty tricky and makes this lane considerably harder. A nice start though for Faith Kian as well. Okay, out comes the stun onto Maniac. Doesn't look like there's anything they can quite do with it yet. Sicko though, having an okay time. Like it's worth knowing Junes are behind these lanes, but not by much. They are weathering the storm quite decently, but would you expect that they wanted a bit more than this considering what they picked?
for which lane?
For Junes in general, I suppose.
I think the Morphling lane you don't really expect to win it. I feel like it's kind of
Go
free for
now.
Axe.
Out onto Coral, he's hit up with that Maldic, taking a lot of damage here. They're trying to make a rotation onto Mousy, but Mousy there does manage to get off a couple of seconds of the mana suck. They aren't able to do anything with it though in the end. Coral though forced back alone into the tower. Mousy throws at the stun. Kamki walks towards him menacingly, does manage to drop off those cogs, so staying alive on Coral for now, but walks into him again on Faith Kian unfortunately, so Faith Kian not going to be able to survive here. And Coral now makes a go into Faith Kian, has a lot of the stacks built up. Mousy with a really nice stun saves his life for now. Coral might face the punishment for this, but they do have that stun strike. If they're not careful, they need to be really careful. Coral, one right click away from death. Will he be able to get out of this one? Looks like he will, unfortunately for June Squad. So still nice they forced him out of lane, but not getting the kill they wanted. Coral now is back in, it looks like as well, and Solarcrest goes for a TP, manages to get out just about in time, back up to this top lane. Looks like there's still some goes going. They do take out this Enigma in exchange for the Clockwork. And that is not your fault at all, Pega. Too much shit going on at once. Looks like Mousy now. Oh. Oh.
Coral read him. Coral just read him. Knew he was going to rerun here. Did he not have? He didn't have mana for a stun or something on Mozzie, or why did he not press it?
I'd
Oh no, I didn't
imagine
have mana.
so.
Yeah, unlocked.
Yeah, not enough mana. That's very unfortunate, and a really nice start for this Ursa now. Ursa, despite being in a lane that didn't feel advantageous, is now off to a nice one. At least Faithcan does manage to secure the wisdom on his return, so they aren't punished as hard as they potentially could have been. Things could have been far worse, despite this not being ideal.
Yeah, I think now Ursa's not even gonna worry. Now that he's the phase bits up and like it's past this like early drums timing that Enigma had, he's probably gonna be fine. I want to say.
Indeed, looks like it. The one nice thing for them is that they will likely get this top tower down quite early, so at least limiting the areas that Ursa will have to farm with that Battle Fury when he eventually does get it. But smoke comes out from this lion, it looks like. As Shirk's very, very deep right now in the enemy jungle, could get himself cut out, but the smoke is going onto the mid lane. Mousy does drop a ward, could potentially make a go here when Solar Crest is back. Nagi seems to
Yeah.
maybe have spotted this out. Solar Crest going for the rune. Does manage to get the haste. Quite a nice one to get in this situation. Without that, he was almost certainly dead. And now Mousy's in. He has the stun. He misses it, unfortunately, uphill. They do toss in this Ogre Magi, but without the stun from the Lion, they simply aren't able to do anything with it. Maniac comes in, doing a lot of damage to the Zeus, follow up with the Sunstrike down to the Emperor June, and now Mousy looks like he could be in trouble. A nice Ravage stun from him on this line, tries to get the deny. Coral gonna get the nice slap on that though. A double kill for this Ursa. Ursa off to an absolute stormer to start this game.
Yeah, really nicely played. I mean, Axe at the minute, he's at the part of the game where he doesn't want to TP, he doesn't want to move, you know. So Coral taking the initiative and him being the one that get it done is super nice, and he gets 2 kills, which is so good for his game. Enigma, while that all happened though, did take the tier 1 tower top, which is going to open up the map a bit for JOONS, which is quite nice. Which means the game, actually with that tower getting taken, Morphling still farming pretty well. The gold lead is actually very, very even, which is nice.
Yeah, very, very close to this point, which if you're a June supporter, you're quite happy with, because coming to this, a nice stack steal for Solar Crest as well. Coming to this game, not ideal circumstances. As you said, Mr. Jill has not played Dota in about 3 weeks, so he's definitely quite happy with this. Solar Crest also having a nice enough game here as well. Coral, though, making it go now. Does manage to clear out the ward. Does seem like that is all he is going to be able to get, but a nice one nonetheless.
I like it. The Ursa ganking the wards. It's pretty sick.
The DD rune just, helps him kill those wards just that little bit faster. Just what you need, huh?
Yeah. Both teams now just chilling the fuck out. I think they probably are going to play chill for a while. Ursa wants to get his Battle Fury. Axe, even when he has his Blade Mail, he's pretty content not to force fights if he doesn't have to. Like, the Blink Blade Mail for him is his big time. So he'll probably just go try and play the game with that. And then on the other side, Solar Crest still moving, working towards his Blink Dagger, I would imagine. And Morphling probably doesn't want to fight for like another 10, 20 minutes or something. Maybe not that long, but...
Morphling players, huh? Interesting question here. So, Nagi's clan tag or sponsor is Shiraz, right? What do you think is the origin of this? Does he like wine? Does he have a secret daughter with a very chavvy name? I'm trying to... Oh, hang on. While I'm saying this, my nonsense is interrupted by Faith Kian being absolutely mogged by about 3 heroes. Chop goes Shirks, down goes Faith Kian. A really nice kill to pick up there.
Shiraz, I think Shirks' name was Shiraz at one point. I think it's something to do with him.
Oh, so maybe Shirks' parents gave him a very chavvy name. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know, but that also might not even be true. What I'm saying about that is related to Shirks either. I don't know. I don't know. Let's just pretend Nagi's just a big.
Did you just see like similar letters and just like made up that whole backstory, Taylor? You could be honest if you were like,
I feel like in my brain I did. Oh, they're going on Nagi? The stun?
Yeah, Nagi could be in some trouble here. Hit up with that stun. Follow up from Emperor June as well. Does manage to get the stun out. Mousy, though, not able to connect. And instead, Kamki comes in with the hook shot. Emperor June going down very, very quickly there. So they don't manage to get the kill on Nagi. Instead, now it's them who have to try turn away from this one. Kamki does almost go down to that one, but survives on the clockwork. So the moves from June's just not working so far.
Yeah, I mean, they only lose an Ogre, though. It's not that bad. And they're getting a lot of tower damage on this mid-tier 1 because the amount of creeps that have like tanks shots here, this siege creep is just out and pretty much taking the whole thing. Yeah, it's gonna die.
So they get that mid tower, and the Morphling is still farming bottom, having quite a free game so far, uncontested.
Yeah, pretty. I don't know. I think I'm okay with that trade. Ogre for the tower. If I'm JOONS, like fuck it.
Could we pull up the net worths, please, Mr. Pega? Thank you very much. So looking at the game state right now, pretty close, all things considered. The Morphling still at the top of these net worths. Solar Crest is the one who's struggling just a little bit, but all things considered, still very close at the end of this laning stage.
Yeah, very close, closer than I expected it to be. To be honest, just because they're up 7 kills on the side of Wong's. I guess the tower gold has been really nice for them.
I thought you were saying close to the expected to be because they're a shit team and you hate them on the side of June squad. Not it, no?
No, that too though. That also.
That too? Okay. I'm glad it's both. It's you gotta find a way to take those Div 2 frustrations out somehow, and I'm glad it's against my boys instead of me,
Of course. I can't take it on you, I lost you. That wouldn't be fair.
I know. Listen, sometimes you gotta block those caps, bro. You know, call your sports next time. What can I say?
No, they don't have
Um,
phones.
Oh, no phones, no phones. Speaking of phones, Shirk's starting to build towards the blink call. See what I did there? Do you like that? Do you like that?
Nice.
um,
That's good. I like that. Yeah.
so
Oh,
once he has that, that seems to be kind of the go time on the side of Wong's Bakery. Oh no, they decide that it's gonna be right now. They pop the smoke. Could
yeah.
be in some
Thanks the
trouble
pipe.
here on your
Because they
Morphling
have
if
the
you're not
hook.
careful. They don't quite see anyone as of now, but Morphling has now been scouted out by this Ursa. Has the ability to run away with that waveform, and Emperor Jude instead says, "Take my body instead, leave my water boy alone." So they lose the Ogre Magi, but for a 3-man smoke, you're pretty pleased with that, especially with these Eidolons building pressure top.
Yeah. Once again, Mr. Diddle's just sacrificial lamb for so his cores can do whatever the hell they want on the map. I mean, Kane's he's not like the most farm, but he's kind of doing whatever he wants top lane, which is like super nice for his game. Like he's got this, but he's got the drums and he's probably got the pipe coming up soon too. I would imagine, which is might really kind of help mitigate this axe blink timing.
Yeah,
It's a
only
blink, not
500
even.
more gold until he gets it. So once he gets that online, could potentially interact with that blink timing from this axe, could turn this game on its head, but still Solar Crest a little bit behind. He now has his blink, but no other story to speak of. Looks like the side
Is
of
Smoke and
June.
Mozzie here?
Now they see Maniac. Maniac spotted almost immediately, popped down with that Hex, followed from Mousy, has the finger, so Maniac dies, no one else in exchange. A nice pickup there and a nice finger stack to have on that line also.
Yeah, I mean they really would have liked the core, with the blink reveal on the tiny,
Mhm.
but this is fine though. This isn't, still okay for their game.
Yeah, you take these when you are in this kind of position, but the Morphling is the interesting one to me. This Grandmaster Morphling still at the top of the network chart, untouched, while his 4 heroes tried to create a song and a dance. It feels almost like Wong's Dota, right? You think of Coral hiding in the backlines while his 4 heroes mog the rest of his, and it seems like they've taken a page out of their playbook. I actually really like this Morphling pick this game. We'll see later, but so far.
Yeah, I mean he's level 30 on the hero. He's top net worth. I would be pretty happy about that if I was on the side of Junes.
For sure. And Solarcrest with that kill is now. I mean, he didn't get that kill because Mousy wanted it for his greedy little self, has to patch up those mica schist walls in his little cavern in Donegal. But a nice amount of gold going into his back pocket. He's now almost caught up with Nagi on this Invoker as well.
Yeah, big items picked up now though. They've got the blink picked up on the axe along with the blade mail and this pipe on the Enigma. So I think hopefully we should start seeing people playing Dota 2 pretty soon.
Yeah,
I
so
want to
far we're
say.
in the waiting lobby, and it seems like June's the same idea. They're moving this Morphling up to the top lane. They do spot out the blinks on Shirks from that go from Solarcrest, and he picks up the DD rune, so could potentially make something happen here. Looks like the main thing that's going to happen though is that Mr. Diddle is going to walk straight towards their smoke, as is tradition. Um, but Kamki is here with the hook shot. Yeah, Diddles
Oh,
once
the guy
again
saved Diddles.
standing between them. Stops the go and
Oh,
a really
missed the
nice
Q.
stun coming out from Emperor June, aka Mr. Diddles, and it looks like they're going to take down Shirks. He's very, very low right now, and down he goes. So a nice blink in from Shirks with the fast fingers from Mr. Diddles. Obviously, all that time in the mountains of Pakistan, reconnecting with who he is, enables him to have the clarity of mind to pull off that speedy play.
Yeah, I mean, so good by Mr. Diddles. Literally just like doing exactly what he needs to do, is putting his body in line, even if he is the one who gets like solo called there. It's
Hang on though, looks like they're not done yet. Could be a go out here onto Solar Crest, taking a lot of damage from Maniac. Follow up with that Sunstrike. Sunstrike does connect. Nagi is just too good on this Invoker. But top
at the
lane, they
same
do
time.
use Tamki for it.
I don't really know what happened there. Maybe I'm not really sure. He used hookshot though. I don't know if he used it to try and escape or what.
Hard to tell right now. Koro gonna start chopping down these Eidolons now that he has that Battle Fury finish though. So Faith Kian's push stopped in its tracks, and really right now it feels like Koro may be in a bit of a driving position. They do have the tools potentially to deal with an Ursa. I'm thinking about that Ogre if he builds something like the Fire Shield. I'm thinking about that Enigma if he gets off a big ultimate, but it puts a lot of pressure onto Faith
Just black
Kian's.
hole him. Lol.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of pressure onto his hands to really make sure that they get these though. Emperor June AK Mr. Diddle's looking like he's going to try connect onto the other side, but decides instead to back out of it. Solarcrest is here. He has his blink up. Could potentially be caught out if he's not careful, though. It seems like the side of Junes want to take this early Roshan. They have up that pipe. They have up finished that. Oh, but it's scouted. The Sunstrike comes out, and Mr. Diddles takes quite a lot of damage from Mousy. Standing between them here. Kamki goes in for the hook shot. Mousy dead almost immediately at the start of that fight. Blink it.
Oh, big call on the left.
The follow-up of the Black Hole keeps him alive for now. Sicko not quite dead quite yet. Solarcrest tries to make it go in, but he's gone. Sicko also chopped down by this axe. A huge amount of trouble here for the Junes. Buyback force from Mousy. Will it be enough? It doesn't feel like it might be, but they do manage to take down Shirks there at the end of that one. Faith Kian does manage to walk away as well. And a nice triple stun from Mousy saves that fight. In the end, it's a 3-for-2 with a buyback on the Lion.
I don't know. Morphling I just watched him stand, click an axe over and over in melee range. I don't know what the hell. I mean, that was pretty fucked up from Sicko. I'm not gonna lie.
Guys, it's Sicko. What can I say?
Yeah, I mean, it could have been so good. I think if Mousy was, I think Ogre, like Mr. Diddles, had to be back and him be in the front liner, not Mousy, because him getting caught out, and even though he had the buyback. He didn't get the back fast enough to make a difference. I guess they got the axe, which is kind of nice, but losing your Morphling and getting the Aegis on Ursa, I don't know. This game has just taken a big turn.
Yeah, it's also really not nice on Lion because with that buyback, he's now so much further back from what I imagine is the Blink Dagger that he's building into right now. So quite a difficult one for him to get and so necessary against the jump in from that axe. So not sure about that decision making there to stick the 4 on the cliff. I think quite noticeably it doesn't pay off for June Squad that time.
Yeah. And they kind of wasted the Black Hole as well, sadly, in the axe, not getting the kill on it. I feel like Faith Kian as well cancelled it early, I feel like, but I'm not entirely sure.
It did feel like it might have been cancelled early, maybe fearing that Nagi Invoker coming in with something like the Tornado or the Cold Snap. He has the Blink Dagger now. What do you make the decision to go for the Blink instead of building into more auras?
I mean, to be honest, I don't know what the hell is the right build on this. I've on Enigma people, I feel like always do some crazy shit. Sometimes they just get the early BKB and just like walk at them without blink. Maybe he just wants to get some. I mean, I don't really know what he does with it though, because like Zeus is building the first item mags, so like without the BKB up on the Enigma with his blink, I feel like he's not going to be able to get a good Black Hole at all when this Ags is existing.
Indeed, he's very reliant on the initial pick onto the Zeus in order to do anything. Very quiet game so far from Solarcrest. Worth noting, this guy, on paper, the highest MR in this game, but is playing out of position on the stack, playing in the mid lane instead of his historical favorite, the pause 4/5. So, what do we make of the Tiny so far this game? Do you think that it's been as impactful as they would have liked from Junes? Oh, hang on, just as I say that, he starts making impact. Kampi does come in with the hook, though, and the follow-up of the Sunstrike. He gets saved by the Cogs pushback, but there's still the follow-up of that Cold Snap and that Meteor. So they do manage to take down a Zeus, but they also lose him in exchange, and they also lose both Mousy and Emperor June. Nagi pulling off a huge go there, stopping that play in its tracks, and Maniac with the ZZZZZ in the chat. No love lost there.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, I don't know. That's kind of like what I said on the, when oh no, he's strength morphed, he's fine. It's kind of what I said in the draft, at the end of the draft. This Tiny likes to kill people, right? This is what this hero likes to do, and he can only really do that to Zeus this game. Even then, he needed the finger of death, to help secure that kill. And then as soon as he has that blink initiation, if he's not getting out straight away, he's fucked. This clockwork, this invoker, like they're gonna mob him. So no, we're not feeling the impact of the Tiny, sadly. And I don't really know when we will.
It also pushes back that Lion's Blink Dagger even further. One of the few things that might be able to stop that Zeus from instantly cancelling that Black Hole, something like that. And Shirks, though, says, I have a better way of cancelling that Black Hole. Walks towards Faith Kian. The ward not spotted from the side of June. So Faith Kian is under vision right now. Could potentially face a hook shot coming out from this clockwork if he's not careful. Decides to back it instead, recognizing they could be in Strual Coral here. Walking menacingly towards this Tormentor, though, and could steal it for his team. And it looks like he is indeed going to. Takes it down. Jetpack now for the clockwork. Used to be better than it is now. Obviously, with the new cogs, it has lost some of its utility, but still a really nice shard to pick up.
Wait, why? Why is it? Why did the
Because you can
cogs
walk out
change?
of your own cogs now.
Okay, okay.
It used to be one of the main utilities. Oh,
Oof.
almost a go there to Sicko. Follow up on the Sunstrike. It's not enough to take him down. And now, looks like the Ursa could be in some trouble here. Does still have that Aegis for 50 seconds. Probably okay with losing it here. Faithkian does manage to drop off that Malefice. So
Ooh,
they've
they can
taken the
black
Ursa
hole
out once.
him.
But the connection is here. The Clockwork is
They're
waiting
scared.
nearby. And it seems like JOONS are scared to do anything about this. So the Ursa does manage to walk free. They do take out the Aegis, but the Aegis was timing out in 30 seconds anyway.
And Coral actually going for the Aghanims next on the Ursa, which is cool. I guess he realizes how much damage, like his other heroes are gonna do. Like Zeus does so much damage as a +4, and like he's got this Invoker, he's having a pretty good game. Like if he just like gets in and stays alive for the rest of his team to like throw damage in, like he kind of knows they're gonna win the fights off of this, which is it's nice. Cool, Adam.
Yeah, Solarcrest down here bottom has the phylactery finish now, building in, it seems like, towards that BKB on him. Do you think that BKB makes a difference here, or do you think it's... Oh, hang on, how comes a hook shot? Hook shot lands onto Solarcrest right as we say, does he need a BKB? He shows why he does, but a nice disengage there does manage to get him out, so the initial go is not successful. Faith Kian, though, being gone on this left side, hit up with that big rocket, but not enough to take him down. He drops that pipe and is able to get out of that one. Enrage popped also on this Morphling, and Nala right clicks on him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look at this. The stolen Enrage doing so much damage to Nagi. They do lose Faith Kian, but they trade him for that Nagi Invoker, and with that dominating streak, that is a trade we're happy to take, especially because it goes into the back pocket of Sicko.
Yeah. Oh. Huge. Oh no, they're still going. Sicko.
Yeah, another go now out onto this Zeus, and down he goes on the Zeus. Follow up now onto Kamki. Kamki could be in some trouble here. He does have the jetpack away, so he is able to escape that time. Meanwhile, Koro chopping things in the back line. Call comes out from Shirks. They do lose that big, scary Tiny. And now it looks like it's only the Morphling left alive. Mousy goes to the Finger of Death. Doesn't quite take out Kamki with it. Goes for the Blink away. Gets out, but they lose their Morphling. Hemorrhaging kills here on the side of the JOONS squad. Really struggling to come into this game. 14k net worth lead now for Wongs at 25 minutes.
I was just about to sing the praises of the JOONS. I mean, the toss back from Solarcrest from Nagi and getting in the kill on the Sicko, like gorgeous. Like if they just, backed off then, that would have been amazing. But they just thought they could go a bit further, and they do get the kill on the Zeus, and I think that was it. They didn't get the kill on the clock, did they? Yeah. So it ended up just really goes in the way of Wong. Says Ursa is still laughing his ass off, surviving through the entire fight.
This ward has been entirely, I can see that it's driving our obs insane. This ward entirely unscouted throughout this entire fight really gave them the vision they needed to win this one. I think what JOONS were trying to do is maybe they were trying to delay long enough for Faith Kian to come in, considering he didn't get to use that black hole on the first go. So they thought maybe if we don't back, we bait them into a bad position, we get the respawn on Enigma, but clearly not a winning strategy this time.
Yeah, it's funny the vision bottom. Actually, it's like there's like both teams had such good vision there, so I think they both were like, oh, like we have good vision, we can take the fight because we see everything, but both teams see everything. And I guess they were just kind of a bit stronger on Wongs because they have a gold lead.
Some posturing around this top side of the map right now. Looks like they're going to try and make a play onto Roche. They TP the Ursa in as well. The Enigma TP's out. They decide they don't want to try and take this Roche, and they don't quite connect onto the Axe either, so not able to get anything done there, unfortunately, and setting up Wongs to be in a far greater position to take this Roche. Instead, more likely just take the tier 3 on the side of the JOONS squad.
Yeah, Roche it's an early spawn actually, spawning in 10 seconds, so which for Ursa is very, very free.
Yeah, not ideal if you are a JOONS squad fans. I can see my points cluttering down the drain, but they do smoke up. They could potentially get a go here. Solarcrest does reveal the smoke with the toss there. If they were very eagle-eyed, they would have spotted that. Nagi is the one who looks like he's going to be the one to break the smoke, though Shirks, though, does break it instead. And now it's a go onto this Axe. Axe does have the BKB, but they have the black hole just to chop down this Axe before the start of that fight, and they do manage to take him down. Meanwhile, on the back lines, Emperor Diddles makes a go out onto Nagi. Nagi does throw out that Sunstrike. Mousy almost dies to it, but he dies to the follow-up of that Zeus sword. Coral is in now. He's chopping down Faith Kian, he dies almost immediately, and it looks like Emperor June going to follow him into that grave, and Sicko also chopped down by Nagi in the end there. It's a 4-for-1 in favor of Wong's Bakery. They do manage to get down that axe, but they get nothing in return, and they set up for a really nice tower into Tormi, into Roshko thereafter.
Yeah, with the black hole down, I don't think they're scared at all to teamfight them on the side of Wong's. Like that's pretty much the only teamfight spell I have on JOONS. So I mean, fair. I think it was reasonable to try and take out the axe and try and take the fight off of that, but the Invoker and the Ursa is still just very, very strong, and the Zeus ult, goddamn, just did so much damage there. It felt like.
Yeah, I think he has that thing where if you get a kill with Zeus ult, it does even more thereafter, and getting that kill onto Mousy with the Zeus ult.
Okay.
Roche now, very free. Freer than Blinks' mom on Backpage.com, so he's going to chop down this big Roshan and put that Aegis into that Ursa's back pocket.
Lovely, lovely. Goddamn, his net worth is so high. Ursa. Holy shit.
He is a scary, scary bear indeed. You know, if I was going to call this bear something scary, maybe something like a Freddy something. Can you think of a word that would follow that, or?
What is this, a Five Nights at Freddy's meme?
I don't know what that is. What's Five Nights at Freddy?
Is
now, if you were going to say this Ursa, would you say he's Golden Freddy? Would you say he's Funtime Freddy? Would you say he's Freddy from the Bite of 83? Which would...
I don't know. I don't know enough about this stupid video game. I actually don't even get it. Why is it even a meme?
I don't know. It's just it's the right level of brain rot with the right just too young for you vibe that I just thought I'd bring it out there, you know?
Okay. Nice. No, I'm sure it's really cool.
It's really funny, man. That's all I can say. Really cool, really funny, epic, some might say. Speaking of epic, Coral is 21k net worth compared to the Morphlings 13.
Yeah,
what do they do about this other than just black hole him when he doesn't have Aegis?
That's the only option.
Exactly that. Yeah. I guess I answered my own question. What's the fucking point to even being here? I don't know.
Even with like, you know, when he gets like the BKB on the side of Enigma, like they're still gonna have the hook shot to cancel the black hole, and they're also gonna have well, if Axe goes for it, the call thing. If you go Bloodstone on Axe, it's a pretty nice way to cancel it. He's got the Lotus up on Axe. Okay, that's kind of nice. I mean, there's like it's a pretty nice Lotus game actually. Like to remove like the Ogre and the Enigma stuff and like kind of make you invincible from line spells for a while.
Yeah, not bad at all. And also just quite nice in terms of the reflections that it does get. If you manage to reflect off an Ignite, it just ruins your own Enigma's Blink Dagger as well. And into your lines. Here comes Kamki flying with that jetpack. Does have the Force Staff this time on Emperor June, so he is able to get out of that one. Follow up though with this Coral coming in from the right hand side. The scary bear, Freddy Fazbear himself, looks like he's going to make a go onto this Ogre Magi. Ogre gets jumped in on with the Earthshike and a couple of slaps down. He goes on the Ogre. A nice clean kill there for Coral.
Turn this into top tower push. Probably the, what do you call it? Tormentor's probably spawning soon as well. I don't remember when he took it, when he stole it, but
feels like at the very least this top tower is going to go down. And Ursa also, it's worth knowing just in terms of the experience, closing in on level 25 on this Ursa already, which is pretty damn scary.
When he has that Earthshock 2 charges on the Octarine, like this is like the Exodia unkillable.
Indeed. Especially when he has the follow-up coming out from... Oh, nice blink away there. Does manage to escape. Especially with the steroid of that Alacrity on him as well, which is something we haven't mentioned. They drop down the Roshan's banner and start pummeling down this top tower. Once again, with those Earthshocks, able to just start tearing through these buildings. The racks look like they're going to follow as well. And Wongs don't even need to put anyone else on this high ground simply because of how big Coral is. They try to make it go on him today. They do a fair bit of damage, but he's still the Aegis for another minute. So he fears not the go of the JOONS. Manages to blink away there from that Ignite. And Emperor June denies their Ajax.
It looks like he misclicked. I do not think he did that on purpose.
You reckon? Might need a replay on that later.
Oh, that's funny. I mean,
The
it
tip
looked
out
like a
from Mouse is
misclick.
just the same, yeah.
Mr. Diddles, man. What's he like?
We do now have the BKB on the Enigma for this next fight. This could be the all-in play that they might need. The Ursa, though, still with that Aegis, only for another 40 seconds. So as long as they
Oh.
don't go now, they won't have to face into it. Seems like Wong's recognized this, are taking this game very slow, know that this is on paper one of their hardest matchups, and they're making it look easy so far, playing a really flawless game from Wong's Bakeries. Go out now, Mousy makes the jump in, doesn't quite connect with it though, so Coral able to jump at Rex's ban and Shirks with the follow-up of his call as well. Faithgan has the black hole, but he's bashed before he can use it. So he goes
Abyssal.
down, and now with the follow-up of that Nimbus, stopping the TP of Sicko. Sicko also in a huge amount of trouble. Solarcrest tries to get a bit of an avalanche toss out onto him as well, but doesn't manage to do anything with it. Solarcrest goes for it, but doesn't get out either. The bash from this Ursa just too good. Kampi says go smoke. A team wipe from the side of Wong's Bakeries, and now things looking rather shambolic for the JOONS squad. This Enigma comes up from Shirks. Ooh, no love lost between Faithgan and Shirks clearly.
Couldn't have been any worse, I think, for the side of JOONS, really. I mean, the jump on the clockwork was always going to make things very hard. The fact that the side of Wongs were all perfectly positioned as well, ready to mug them, and just the Abyssal and the Enigma when he wanted to get the good black hole off. I mean, it's probably actually better he didn't get it off, because I don't think it would have done anything, sadly.
At least it's off cooldown now. I suppose that is the one silver lining in JOONS' immense cloud that seems to be only building by the minute. Shirk's able to just keep popping off that Lotus Orb onto this Ursa as well, which is really nice. Mouse goes to the stun, doesn't quite connect there, trying to do the ground targets to avoid that bounce back from the Lotus. So another clean Rax take for the side of Wongs, who are now almost 1k up per minute, and after they take this Tormy, will indeed be up. So they're now 34k ahead, 35 minutes. A really, really nice showing from Wongs this game one, keeping up the dominant performances they've had all league.
So what is the plan? What is the plan if you're JOONS right now? What is Solarcrest going to be saying to them in his do it in his accent as well?
Yeah, this is cooked. So cooked. He's probably blaming Mousy for not covering him. I don't know. I'm terrible at the Solarcrest accent. I just I always accent. Oh,
BKB. Misclick from Shirks, I guess.
Yeah, I just want to feel a little gold in there, you know.
I feel like he wanted to press his Lotus Orb.
It seems like it, and instead now he won't have BKB for next fight. Maybe this is the go that JOONS squad need. You know, it could be game changing. Indeed, they agree. They go for a smoke up. I think this is one of those desperation smokes where if they don't get this, they probably GG out.
Right.
Yeah, this is the all-in play, but by not correcting their own waves, it makes it very obvious what they're doing. And the side of Wong's respond to this by dropping off that Zeus ult and nullifying the effectiveness of that all or nothing smoke.
Well, I guess they're just gonna have to do another all or nothing smoke if they have any left.
Indeed, it's reminds me of a nice King Lear quote here, Taylor. The worst is not the worst until we can say it is the worst. You know what I mean? And I think that this is exactly how the side of JOONS squad are saying right now. You know, they've got their health, they've got their friends, they're able to play Dota on a nice Sunday evening like this. You know, it could be worse. Although I imagine that if I were to join their call after this game, I'd have a very angry Australian shouting in my ear. So I don't think that'll be the move for me post this game, unless they manage to pull out something miraculous here.
No, wait until we see game 2, then decide whether you want to speak to them tonight or not.
Yeah, I think that's probably the move, you know, to just leave them off if needs be. But looks like the side of Wongs have just played a really, really clean game this game. Like, almost clinical. We're seeing so few mistakes from the side of Wongs this league compared to other leagues.
Yeah, I mean, I think Coral was like solo this game. Like the other games he played in the league so far, it's like they've been free for him, and he's played like all right. He hasn't played bad at all, but like they've been like, you know, given to him on a platter. Whereas like this one, he just like sent it. Like he just did everything right. Like he played so well this game.
Oh, they're going to the portal. They will be spotted on the initial
Oh,
go,
a
but means
throw.
they're going on this clockwork again. We mentioned before that didn't work last time. Will it work this time? It looks like it. Kamki goes down, but Coral with the follow-up has the Abyssal out onto this tiny black hole from Faith Kian. Does manage to catch out Coral, but with the BKB, they don't have the damage to do anything about it. Mousy fingers into that BKB as well, so no damage coming out whatsoever. Comes in
Huge
with the
call.
call, with the follow-up from this Invoker. Too much damage coming out from the side of Wong's for JOONS to do anything about, but they're doing good with this dancing in and out, but Sicko is left here, and it looks like Coral's going to chop in onto him, and indeed he is. Down goes Sicko, so in the end, and Shirks also catches Solar Crest out on the right side, so that might be all she wrote for this game, and Aegis going to go into the back pocket of Wong's Bakery here, most likely onto that Ursa, who can just siege the rest of this game.
Yeah, Kamki just going in first, the little cannon fodder, and he just buys back instantly, and then from the buyback he's in position to cancel the black hole, so any hope they had of killing the Ursa would just disappeared instantly.
And he also gets the Aegis on the Ursa from that also. It seems like he gives it over to the Invoker instead, though, for him to take. So a
Oh,
nice
the
take
Axe.
there. Yeah, seems like it.
Nice.
Sorry, Ags, not Aegis. Sorry. Both words begin with A. Very difficult for me, as you can see.
You should
Um,
be able to. You should be able to give people ages though. That would be a cool play.
that would be pretty cool.
My
Can pass
support
over
jumps in,
mid-fight.
throws me ages.
Oh god, I can only imagine being shouted at for losing it by my core players. Not by Bambino. Kind man would never. But if I were to try it, oh god, goodbye, Faith Kian. This might be all she wrote. Does
What the
manage
Enigma
to.
doing?
Yeah, he just kind of walking there. Seems like Shirk's throwing a lot of lines onto Faith Kian as well. It seems like there's no love lost between these two for whatever reason. I don't know what the lore implications of this are, but now heading towards this bottom tower, the last tower left alive for the June squad, and it seems like it's one that's going to go down rather quickly. Last tower going down, range racks soon to follow, popping down these melees as well, throws out the avalanche from this tiny. Will it be enough? Throws his own tree at him in desperation, but that is mega creeps for the side of Wong's Bakery. But seems like the side of JOONS not giving up despite this. Big call comes out from this axe. Does manage to kill Emperor June. Toss back though onto this Morphling, but jump in from Kamki once again with that hook shot. Down goes Solar Crest again. Shurks living through that go. Not living though is Sicko as he goes down as well. The GG is about to be called. They haven't quite called it yet. Mouse goes to the forest staff, but it goes the wrong way, unfortunately. They still want to kill Coral though. Doesn't
He's
feel
still got
like they
ages.
necessarily have the ability to do so, and he still also does have that age. They do force staff him in on Faith Kia, but it's not enough. Ultra kill now for Coral. Will he go for this rampage? Nagi clutches it from him. GG called. An absolute shellacking in this game one by the side of Wong's Bakery. So quite a dominant performance there from Wong's. 61k at 40 minutes. Not the game that JOONS were hoping to have, but let's see if they can reset and make it a little bit closer in game two. We'll see you in just a few minutes, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, after a rather stompy game one, we have game two of week three of the Irish Dota League season four. I'm going to tell taking it through this one with the Hot Boy cast, my boy Taylor on the mic with me, and Alpha Mega Pega making their debut on the OBS. Big shout out to Alpha Mega Pega. Let's see some love in the chat. So the game one, an extremely decisive victory for Wong's Bakery. If JOONS Squad can reset from that, anything is possible. But it doesn't feel like it's going to be an easy one to reset from, Taylor.
Yeah, I think they should not go for the tiny first pick. I think if they want tiny, they could try and go for it later in the draft if it's like a good tiny game. But I feel like it was so easy for Wongs to pick some like tanky heroes around it that weren't gonna die or means it wouldn't have any impact. That it kind of just looked pretty bad. And to have your like kind of highest MMR like most skilled player, um, and on like a useless hero because you first picked it, it's kind of sad. So I
Indeed, it
think
was a
they
very
should go
tough
some
game.
other they should go some other avenue is what I think.
Yeah, it was a very tough game, that game one for Solar Crest. Unlikely they'll lock in the mid first. I know that Faithkian is a fan of the lock pause 3 first, so we could see that this game, same bans out from Wong's there, but JOONS Squad going for entirely different bans, banning out both the Invoker and the Clockwork this time. Obviously, Kamki having a great game that game one, and Nagi Invoker is storied among
Yeah.
Irish Dota 2.
Next is out of the build. They can first pick Dawnbreaker if they want. Okay, they take Magnus instead.
This is what I was saying. I think they want to lock the pause 3 first. I think this is something that Faith Kian quite likes and something that they do pull out this game. So a complete change in draft strategy. Nick's banned out by Wong's this time is actually a difference, but the potentially could go for some of the other meta supports here, or just lock Kamki again, right back into that Shadow Demon again.
Mm, I don't know how much he's been playing it, but I feel like with okay, that is a really good hero.
I wonder who's playing
Obviously,
him.
but obviously because sorry, I'm finished my snacks, man. I'm gonna stop eating. Well, yeah, obviously because Maniac has played like 3,000 games in this hero, he likes it a lot. But playing against like these team fight heroes or like these kind of like group stun heroes, like Axe or like Magnus here, he gets his blink on Tusk, and he just if he's not the one getting caught, it's the easiest save of his life, to negate the entire RP essentially. The other thing I was thinking for this was because the Nyx is out of the pool. I actually thought JOONS Squad might have done it. So just take the Dawnbreaker. Dawnbreaker right now is so strong. And the fact that you can build like the Ags in this hero to like just counter the team fight of the Magnus, it makes him not useless, but it just makes it so much harder to play this like bursty RP team fight that Magnus wants to play.
Yeah, we have seen very few games of it from Shirks. It was something he was favoring earlier in the patch, but in all of his practice this month, very few Dawnbreaker picks, and instead they choose to ban out the Shirks Visage in this position. So it does open them up to being Dawnbreakered, and as you said, without the threat of that Nyx, that might be a cozy pick for him. Other Shirks heroes still left. Obviously, we have the Shirks Timber still in this pool. Doesn't mind playing into Magnus too much either, right?
Yeah, I'd say it's probably fine. Like it's one of these heroes that can probably like survive through the entire RP most of the time, and then he's gonna have an Ags, and he can probably fight right after that, even on low health. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they look for the Shirks Timber pick this game, seeing as it was banned out by second phase, I believe, in the first game.
See another ban onto one of these invis heroes, the Ricky being dropped out. It's worth noting for anyone who's new joining us. When Taylor says this guy has like 3,000 games of Tusk, that is not a figure of speech. This guy actually does have like 3,000 games of Tusk. So very, very experienced the hero, knows it inside out, and a big comfort pick for them. Waiting in on this next pick now, likely to be either the Kamki or the Pause 3 pick coming out here. In terms of what we've seen from Kamki so far this tournament, as I said, a lot. Oh, here we go. The Shirks Timber.
Yep, it got through, so they're like, fuck it. They don't really see. I guess they don't see many other heroes that are gonna make its life hell. Um, Picking it this early though, does mean that they, on the side of June squad for Sicko, they can get a nice carry pick into it. Actually, they can get both of the heroes into it because Tusk is definitely going to be played on pause 4, and Timbersaw is definitely going to be played in pause 3. So like, if June squad play the draft correctly here, they can possibly pick some like really like good lane against these two, and maybe give Sicko a really really good game, which would be nice. I think
What
if they actually drafted around trying to shut Timbersaw down a bit because he's really good in this hero, probably be ideal for them.
what do you think is the best core right now into Timber? Is it something like this Bloodseeker that limits his mobility, or maybe the mid Lina?
Um, I'd say Bloodseeker could work. Yeah, Bloodseeker's probably pretty good. Bloodseeker's so slow though. Like it was what I realized. Like he lanes decently, but I feel like he might get wrecked by Timbersaw. And like the hero is so good right now, but it takes really long to like actually kind of like get online because he needs like what radiance plus 1 item or something, and then
It
he's a
takes
hero.
takes a little while. I find that if you are picking the Bloodseeker, you really do have to pick things to beef with it. Like we famously really enjoy the Bloodseeker Abaddon purely because it can enable you to build a little bit greedier. It can enable you to hit those timings a little bit faster. And if you don't do that, he does kind of just have to, as you said, hide in that jungle for a considerable amount of time. We see the Zeus pick up here. What do you make of this pick?
Um, yeah, I think this is gonna be Mausy's hero, right? I want to say.
Most
Um,
likely.
I think it's good. I mean, Timbersaw, if he doesn't have any magic resistance built, he kind of gets a bit fucked by it, which is good. Um, Probably pretty nicely in with Magnus, I want to say as well. Like Magnus is a hero that kind of is self-sufficient in a lot of lanes anyway because he's quite strong.
That is
Okay,
a 5 Zeus and a 4 Batrider. Or it could also be mid. They do play it on Solar Crest.
the bat. Well, that's actually quite a nice pick, just because the how they flex this. Because there is a lot of matchups that you can't really play into the Batrider on mid because he'll just solo win the game like by wrecking the lane so hard.
Yeah, it's a nice flex they do have. Looking into what else could be picked against this Timbersaw, is there space for Medusa potentially with this Batrider pickup?
Mm, I don't know. It's too early for that, to be honest.
Mm.
Like I mean they could Medusa fourth pick because then they have the anti-mage ban after that, and then they might actually pick Corals here already. But
Hamke's back in Shadow Demon Gay Baby Jail. I know the feeling, but sending lots of love when your team are, you've been practicing all these other heroes, you're proving yourself on Clockwork, and then they keep picking you the same hero with the save. I know the feeling, Hamke. I'm with you. I'm with you on this one.
yeah, I mean this is like a classic Batrider counter, to be honest. Like just being able to disrupt the lasso target, is like on its own like enough to want to pick this hero here. And because we have Campy who's very good at the hero, yeah, I like the pick. I think it's good.
Do you think it forces June Squad to play it on the 4 on the mid with the level of counter that it is?
Um, no, I don't think it really matters as much. I think they're still gonna wait and see if they pick Nagi's hero here to decide. I think Byrider leaning into the Tusk Timbersaw probably has a pretty good lane though, so it possibly they are just thinking about it being the pause 5. I feel like they
Worth
want to pick Carl's hero here and leave Nagi's for last, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't really know what else he would want to play on Nagi here, is the
I,
thing.
the puck is still in the pool. Could be something to pick up here,
Oh
and
yeah,
indeed it is what they go
nice,
for.
nice.
So Nagi has been playing a lot of puck this month, but worth noting, despite being an excellent player, a 12% win rate on puck this patch.
Okay, okay.
Obviously, tournament gains very different. But puck, an all-around very strong mid laner. Once again, not the worst into the bat in terms of just being able to clear those waves and avoid a lot of his nonsense. So I'm unsure if they know that they flex this mid on June squad with the Batrider, but considering Sam's an ex-pos 4 player, there might be an
Nah,
assumption there.
I think yeah. No, he's played Batrider before at LAN, so they know about the flex. I think more against Puck though, they would rather not play Bat into that, and they would want to pick some. One of these like Tiny again isn't looking as bad here, just because it is good in lane against Puck.
Void Spirit,
Or
maybe?
ooh,
Oh, it's a
that's
mid
cool.
Magnus.
Yeah, most likely.
Maybe. Yeah. For Magnus Mousy, mid. Who the fuck knows what's going on here, too?
I mean, it could be Midnight Stalker as well, and offlane Magnus. Most likely, it's gonna be the other way around. Um, but it's pretty. I think they're open with that. I don't know. Does Solar Crest play Magnus? Has he been
He
playing much of
does.
it? Do you know?
It's actually his most played of the patch
Oh, okay,
outside of the
okay.
Earth. So it is something he really likes. I did just assume it was a Faith Can hero, but it seems like Solarcrest just wants to immediately get rid of any chance of his heroes being banned out. So a nice pickup there. They banned the Bloodseeker on the side of June squad, which I think was entirely necessary into a Magnus Night Stalker. So good ban out there.
Yeah, I kind of love this Night Stalker pick actually. Now that I'm looking at, I mean, it's really good against Puck. If he can get on top of either of the supports, he can almost kill himself with a little bit of extra damage from like the Zeus spells or the ult. Possibly could be enough. Yeah, I think this is good. I think this is good. A lot of time I actually don't even care for Night Stalker as a hero, but like when you pick it into something like Puck, then yeah, he gets like his velocity and his blink, and if the game's even, like he can cook.
It's also nice insofar as you can Zeus ult the start of fights, blink immediately onto that Shadow Demon, and just stop him from doing anything, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah, this is all the starter fights, so Night Stalker can go on whatever he wants. That's really good. Finding vision for the Battle Rider Lasso as well. It's huge.
Yeah, really nice cohesive drafts coming out from the June squad this time. Winning on this last ban from Wong's, they could ban out that Morphling. Before it started feeding, it was looking pretty damn good. Youngji, also a big fan of the PA with that fan of knives, could be not the worst thing in the world into that Timber. They banned the Medusa, as I said earlier, one of the best heroes into Timber. So a ban that I was somewhat expecting and one that does come out here.
Yeah, I kind of like. Mm, I kind of like the what you said there. With the PA pick. I mean, whatever they pick here on the side of June squad, they have the counter pick on for the carry on the side of Wongs. So I think with that in mind, you just pick. Yeah, I mean, PA Magnus is like a classic. It's just another classic. Buying out the Morphling. They're gonna pick.
I
Oh,
think
the
that
Earthshaker.
this is a really strange draft from June's as far as all of these heroes could almost be playing all of these positions. And the Spectre in response.
Okay. Okay, so fifth count's taking the Night Stalker, so it's going to be pause one Magnus or pause one Earthshaker. I think both of these heroes can be played as pause one.
Pause one Magnus, mid shaker.
Okay, cool. I like it. I love pause one Magnus. I think this hero farms so fast with his because he gets more benefits from his Empower when he casts it on himself, which means like when he hits jungle like early, like he just farms so quick.
It
He
also just enables
might
a really nice combo with the Earthshaker, right?
Yeah. He might struggle a bit in this lane though, into the Timbersaw and the Tusk. I mm, I kind of was thinking that Batrider would be played on the 5 by Mr. Diddles to secure the Magnus's lane a bit, but maybe actually, I thought they would do that just because I feel like any lane in this Spectre is like free anyway, so that don't really need the stronger laner up top, but.
I have done as you requested. I've dropped 5,000 in the June squad. That's how much I like this draft. We actually have one of your coworkers just dropped a message in chat. Ansible Vault Crypt. That sounds like your kind of thing. Said Irish Dota, best Dota. So true. Looking at these two drafts,
He's right.
on paper without player skill, which do you rate higher?
I don't know. I kind of really like June Squad's draft. I think it's really cool. The Spectre is going to mince the supports, though. I feel like.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a fun Zeus game.
Yeah, but outside of that, I think if June Squad can play well in terms of them getting the jump first, with like the Zeus salts, and then either just any of the cores going, like they can potentially play some really nice fights here.
Indeed, they
I know I
could.
like it. I actually think I think they got wrecked in draft last game, and this game it's looking a lot better.
Going to be a 5 Zeus coming into this game. A reminder, this is game 2 between the June squad and the Wong's Bakery. Stack Wong's still yet to drop a game, never mind a series this entire tournament. Let's see if June Squad are able to do so after what was a decidedly rough game one. And as you said, seems like they're keeping up the spirits with Faith Kian dropping some memes in the chat straight away, demanding an explanation. Seems like Koro says there's an issue, and Faith Kian is a bit upset about the level of detail that was given there. What do we think the issue Wongs are having is, if you had to guess?
Nagi's sushi arrived.
Nagi Sushi arrived. I was thinking more like someone's puked on the floor of Moth's Club, you know? Although maybe that's just Sunday night, right? I'm thinking,
Yeah. No, I don't know. I'm not sure if they open on Sundays. No one goes to that club anyway.
I've seen Facebook photos that suggest the opposite. Some very tangoed individuals coming out of that place. If you haven't seen them, they are wonderful photos that I would highly recommend seeking
Yeah. We've
out.
looked at them together. Someday we're gonna go. We're gonna make the pilgrimage to Mosh
We,
Nightclub Leicester.
we have to. I mean, like the fact that we haven't yet is astounding. I mean, the main thing is though we can't say when we're going to do it, so that like eCloud has to live or Maniac has to live with the idea that we could be there at any moment. Any night
Mhm.
he opens, I could just see our smiling dumbass faces there. Oh, the fancy points up, thank God. I was waiting for a cast to do that. I just see our dumbass faces staring at him across the bar.
Wait, these fucking idiots. Shirks and Maniac picked the wrong heroes.
Oh, what? Oh, that's the issue. Oh, for fuck's sake. Do we let them remake?
Yes, we're not just we'll just remake.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not TI.
Yeah, true. Although it could have been kind of funny to watch a pause for Timber, though, right?
Okay. I
You
will
got
make new lobby now.
Okay, guys, we'll be right back to you in just a couple minutes. Same draft. I will see you in just a second.
Baboons.
Ladies and gentlemen, everyone in between, in case you were wondering why we left you, the fine geniuses at Wong's Bakery, who have brought you 7 undefeated games so far, failed the initial test of clicking the right hero on the draft screen. Unfortunately, putting a Timbersaw into pause 4 and a Tusk into the 3 position. And being the merciful gods that we are, we allowed them to remake. And now we have our series underway, Game 2, between Wong's Bakery and the June squad. Run and tell, taking it through this one with Taylor and with Papega on the obs. Taylor, you were saying you quite liked this draft from the June squad.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I mean, they have like a lot of playmaking potential with like literally all 3 of their cores, you know. Whereas last game it was like just tiny, not a good tiny game. And then you know you kind of like Enigma, like he gets his blink like I don't know 3rd, 4th item or something, and then you know Morphling is just AFK farming, so nothing really happened, you know. Whereas this game it's like they are going to play Dota. It's like that things will happen, which I feel like they're gonna have a better chance, you know.
Looks like we're getting
Isn't
some cross-cultural dialogue here in the game. They said Ahad, which is Mr. Diddles, needs to redo, and Coral saying there's no way someone's called Ahad, and asked where is he from. He's from Ireland, born and raised here, buddy. Any comments? Want to say something, bud? Born and raised. Where are you really from? I think is what he meant to say. You know.
Well,
I've seen that one before.
Sharks is also mixed race, brown person living in the UK, so I think he's on a similar vibe to Ahad. So is why he's asking, not the,
okay.
not the.
The where
So
he
it's
really.
very bad of you to assume that's actually Mark.
I think it's
that he's
worse.
being racist.
You know, I always assume racism first because so often people from those communities are never believed. And I think that part of my moral duty is firstly assuming problematicism instead of making people from those communities prove it themselves. You know?
Mhm.
Maybe that's just me though. I understand that you don't really care about those people.
Yeah, I think we should be more racist. Whatever you just said.
I think there generally tends to be a curve rule where number of tattoos does tell you how a racist individual is, in which case you're kind of fucked.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll live that life.
Can
Can
we
we
pull up
get
the
the
last?
CS up?
Thank you. There we go. Thank you very much. Look at this mid lane. So we have Silvercrest on the mid shaker into this puck. I think no matter what happens here for the Junes, at least it should be a fun game in terms of their game plan is kind of silly, right? It's like this whole team fight oriented, chase everything, go wild kind of style that historically they have favored. Hang on, Koro in a lot of trouble here. Mousy building up a lot of stacks onto him. Does manage to just about escape, but takes almost his entire HP pool in doing so and is shared a tango there by the Shadow Demon. But Mousy is showing early, you know, he's been practicing this hero and seems like he's doing quite a good job on it so far.
Yeah, I don't even think it's like a silly draft or anything like you're kind of saying. I think it's just like, you know, like they just get the
here comes Sicko with a nice push through onto Shirks. Shirks taking a lot of damage here on the Timbersaw. One more right click, so he's going to need. Do they have the thing on Emperor June? They don't. So he does manage to walk away from that one. Now Maniac on top of Sicko, taking a lot of damage here. In comes Shirks again, and he actually manages to chop down this Magnus. So despite the push under tower, they still get the favorable play off a really good Tusk Shards.
Okay, I'm not really sure what you're supposed to buy on Zeus support, but I feel none of these items that give him mana make me think that Mr. Diddles is griefing the lane a little, because I feel like that's a free kill. And
he goes down now as well.
Tusk. That's okay. Now that he's dead, he can go back and get mana, and they'll win the lane now, right?
Yeah, I think he, you know, maybe a good reset for them that perhaps they needed. Otherwise, he might be sitting here on no mana for quite some time. But yeah, the instant wand into, I suppose into a Timbersaw makes sense. But that fight, we really saw how it kind of grieves them in the early levels.
Yeah. It's okay, though. It's not the worst.
The one positive is that both mid and off lane's going quite well by all accounts.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I said. Like into the Spectre lane, like Kane's gonna be laughing his ass off this lane. Like he's definitely gonna maybe come out best out of his lanes. I want to say, which is really good because him being able to like control the tempo in the game in a hero like this could be massive for them.
Go again, but he manages to push back Shirts. A lot of damage onto him. Does manage to get off in that Thunderbolt, and they chop down the tree as well. So they could take out Shirks. So one more right click, so it's going to take, but he does manage to just about escape again. The Lightning Bolt this time, mana on Emperor June makes all the difference. They do manage to kill off Shirks. They do drop some damage onto Maniac, but with that big stick, he is able to get out, but a favorable trade there, a 5 for that 3. But now Nagi diving Solar Crest. Solar Crest could be in some trouble here. Does throw off that enchant totem, but Nagi isn't able to finish him off. Throws out another orb. Could make a jump here, and indeed he does jump in onto Solar Crest. Can he finish him off? Running away as fast as he can. Can he bait him out here with that enchant totem? Looks like he's going to play Ring Around the Rosies here for a little bit. Has those stick charges. Doesn't manage to pop him, but nice juke there from the Earthshaker.
Nice. That was actually really good that he pump faked his W there because he didn't want to reveal where he was. That was cool.
His outside fire just walks around the corner and just gets killed. That's the 9k difference that Solar Crest brings to this game, huh? Top lane though, he's like a lot nicer now for this Magnus. Now 16 and 5 on him, having a really nice start to this game on Sicko. And as you said, the farm of that hero does tend to ramp up rather quickly.
Came to secure the rune mid on Mozzie, but didn't get it.
Yeah, unfortunate rotation there. Seems like so far though a more stable draft from the JOONS. So far winning 2 out of 3 of the lanes. Go now onto this Magnus. Could be in some trouble here. Shirk's damage starting to ramp up quite quickly, but Emperor June also able to do quite a lot on this Zeus. But as we said, he is now out of mana again. So his ability to fight somewhat nullified by that. This mid lane's been a real, for lack of a better term, slugger between these two heroes as well, with this Earthshaker able to pull off quite a nice CS. Hang on, go in now from Maniac on this. Tusky has another hit with that drop under tower. Shirks forced out of this fight. Maniac, though, tries to keep going despite that. Follow up now onto Sicko. Sicko could be in some trouble, taking a lot of right clicks. Follow up now, jump in from Shirks with the Timber Chain, with the Q. They jump onto Emperor June, but he has the heal, so he is able to survive for now, and he kills off this big old Tuscan. Shirks goes down as well. It's a double kill in the top lane. The bait of the wand. We flamed the wand level 1, but we just saw it pay off more than socks. It paid off shoes, some might say.
No, the wand was good. It was, you came to the lane with the 3 branches in a circlet. I was flaming.
Oh, was it? Sorry, I saw the instant wand purchase level 1 and assumed that's what he had bought.
No, one gives him mana, you know.
Yeah,
it was
indeed.
good. Yeah, I mean, as we can see, he just absolutely mogged them with it. So,
really nice turnaround from there. Faith Kian as well, 35 and 12 denies on this. Okay, Emperor June. Okay, settle down, bro. We get it. It went well, right? We can leave it at that. We can be happy about it. We don't need to do these kind of plays, bro. I was just say 12 denies, 37 CS on this Night Stalker.
Yeah.
Kamki Chad, nothing you can do against this. Takes your Watcher, walks straight away. Takes the DD as well. Might try to take these stacks.
Yeah, he can try. I don't know if he can. He's got the level 2 poison. Actually, he might be able to. You know, it looks like more though. He is thinking about going for the 7-minute rune.
Seems like
the ancients as well.
Creep wave just spawned, so now is his time to go. And indeed, he is walking towards this wisdom. But they've TP'd another hero. They have Emperor June here as well, so this might not be the play for Kamki. Kamki immediately walks into Mousy. He's hit up now. Emperor June does throw out that lightning bolt, so it's going to be a click off. Can they win the click off? Emperor June manages to pull it off, so Kamki looking like he's going to go down instead. A nice TP rotation there from the Zeus. Very heads up to recognize that that Shadow Demon had been off the map.
Nice. The meditations, whatever he's been doing in Pakistan, he found his zen. He was able to click faster than Kamki the boomer.
Indeed. What age is Kamki compared to you?
Younger than me. He's not a boomer at all, actually. Yeah. I think he's like your age, actually.
Oh, he's young and fresh rather than old and decrepit. I see it.
Exactly.
So far, Solar Crest having a nice start, considering he's playing at this puck as well. But right as I say that, a smoke rotation comes out onto him. Maniac is here with the shards and that snowball. The 8-minute rune's about to spawn, and if he goes for it on this Earthshaker, could be in some trouble, or even before then, can't get Maniac to round the back of him. They have the leash onto this Earthshaker. He snaps the Bango string immediately. Doesn't quite connect with the shards on Maniac, though, so he's kept alive so far. Can he get the Echo Slam off? It doesn't look like he might, but he will now. Echo Slam here. They take down Kamki immediately. They throw in an orb to try and pick off that Earthshaker, but it's not enough. And indeed, now it's the
3 stacks on him like that.
But the 3 stacks is enough to pop him, but Nagi will go down afterwards. Faith Kian pops him down. It's a 2-for-1, trading mid laners and a Shadow Demon.
super nice rotation from Kane, absolutely saving that. He's gonna be really happy to get the kill on Puck. Yeah, I don't know. I think they maybe just overestimated how tanky he was gonna be.
Oh, Emperor June able to jump over those stacks. Now Maniac in trouble. One more right click from Mousy is all it's going to take. And indeed, you know Mousy wants this one. Nice little use of the snowball there, but it might not be enough to follow up. Gets the uphill miss. So he doesn't manage to get it, but now in comes this little bit of a disrupt from the Shadow Demon. They do snipe him in the end there. Saves it for his carry. Mousy's plan all along.
Mousy and I had making a dog's dinner that kill.
Yeah.
But they killed it in the end, so it's fine.
They saved it for their carry. You just don't understand these high-level plays. As a lowly Div 2 player like myself, Taylor, the two of us don't understand this level of Dota. We merely look at it like explorers looked at the Rosetta Stone.
Oh, indeed.
Meanwhile, speaking of Rosetta Stone, a go top lane. I tried to do something there, and then I realized halfway through, there is no way to relate this to Rosetta Stone. Let's just make it ironically terrible. And indeed I did. Shirks, though, starting to be able to sustain this lane a lot more than he previously was.
Yeah, I mean, now he's got level 6, there's nothing the Sicko can do in the Magnus. He's done the correct play of he's just going to hit the jungle. Wants to get his... Does he have his neutral item yet, the Magnus, actually? I wonder. Let me check. Oh, yeah, it's with the broom handle. Not much to sustain on that, but... Yeah, I mean, all this guy's going to do is jungle for, like, the next... Until he's, like, Echo Blink, I would imagine. And then come
Maniac
on and do
looks
something.
like he's trying to pressure this, though, and he does have Shirks with him. It doesn't look like they're going to let him get this flash farm. Going to push that wave up to their tower and then pressure this Magnus as much as they can. Going for the stacks now.
The camps. Let's go.
Look how many there is. Here he goes. Here comes the slam. Doink. Oh, look at that farm suddenly.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Stocks going up.
Nothing.
Yeah. Listen, the Fisher was just celebratory to prove that he could.
Yeah.
He doesn't need a Fisher, you know? I put some very close.
That could.
Let's have a look at these net worths. Okay, looking quite positive for JOONS, especially with how low the Spectre is. And obviously you expect on the Spectre, expect the unexpected, not an easy hero to lane on, but so far I think the biggest story of this game is just this 5.1k on this Night Stalker. And now bottom game, Mousy taking a lot of damage here. They do jump in with the Spectre, takes a lot of damage as well. Follow up with the Banish out on the Night Stalker. Throws out that big snowball, gets off the Dream Coil as well. Faith Kian doing what he can to stay alive, but Maniac, with all these heroes around, with those drinking buddies, he manages to take down that Faith Kian Night Stalker. Right as we say something nice, he immediately goes and ruins it on us.
Yeah, I don't know. I think doing this as 2 is just such a throw, actually. Night Stalker, like we see, he's having such a good game. He was top of the net worth there before that happened. Fantasy points, yeah, good stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if they do that with Zeus, maybe they can like nuke the Spectre like within the Night Stalker silence, and it could go really nicely. But they just didn't have the damage with those two. Oh,
indeed, Solarcrest now caught out by this Timbersaw. Can he survive? Yo, he can. The blink away in the last moment, last fingers. Trained on a diet of Vegemite and fairy cakes, just too quick, and manages to escape that gank, and very important he did so as Shirks starting to show why people ban Timbersaw into this guy every game.
Yeah, he's like doing whatever he wants right now.
Watch out, is the Shirks in the room with you right now, Sicko? It looks like he is. Koro also comes in with the Spectre, and down goes Sicko. He doesn't go back into that jungle, he tries to take the lane farm, and he's punished for doing so. Hang on though. Shirks could be in some trouble here. Jump in from this Earthshaker. Indeed he is. A nice kill there from Solarcrest. A very brawly game so far. Speaking of brawly game, Koro in a lot of trouble. 1 or 2 right clicks all it's going to take for him to be killed off. But Kamki with the TPN saves him for now. But Faith Kian showing that he can at any point dive this Spectre.
Yeah, I think with the damage from the Zeus ult there, he kind of just felt like he'd get him, and he almost did. It was very, very close.
For sure. And let's see what Faith Kian is building into now, just out of interest. So he is going towards that Echo Scepter, going for that early fighting build, it would seem. Probably going to wait for that Mousy Blink as well. Only 900 gold until he gets that, and a very big team fight when he does manage to get it. So far, quite enough game from Wong, with the exception of Shirks. Go in now. Looks like Shirks is caught. Here comes Faith Kian. It goes instead. They go for Kamki, the easy kill. A nice go. Shirks still goes in, though. He's now silenced up. Could be in some trouble here. Jump in, though, from this Spectre. Does manage to pop off the Echo Slam before he dies. And indeed, Timbersaw going down. But the rest of JOONS facing the consequences for this. Mousy being rolled on by 3 heroes. Throws out the Flame Break, but it's not going to be enough. Looks like there'll be a 3 for 2 so far. A really nice rotation there from the side of Wong's Bakery. Enables them to take a team fight while Sicko is unable to connect.
Yeah, I mean, he had no interest to connect either, and he's not even going for the Blink next. He's going for the Manta after the Echo, so might be a while before he wants to play the game, which I'm a bit surprised by because I feel like Echo plus Blink, he can get a lot done with these heroes going in for him.
Especially with the team fight ultimates that we mentioned earlier, you know, with the Zeus to give you a vision, with the Earthshaker, able to get the Echo Slam on top of your big RP. All things being said, that fight could have gone a hell of a lot worse for JOONS. I still think they're probably not happy, but not entirely displeased by those turn events.
Yeah, no, I think it's fine. Like a 2 for 3 is not the worst in the world, and like, to be honest, having the Night Stalker stay lives is actually really big. Like, and Kane's gonna play a big part in this game if they're gonna win. Oh,
indeed. Now the silent Orchid reveal goes immediately onto Emperor June. He does manage to get out, but it's not enough. He's still killed by that silence dot, and they do actually rotate the Magnus this time, and very little he's able to do. Meanwhile, Kamki, though, looking pretty dead. But Nagi with the follow-up could have been a bait coming out from Kamki. Now Solar Crest in some trouble. Gets hit up with that. But here comes the buyback ultimate from this Zeus. He does manage to take out a Shadow Demon. I don't know if it's worth it, but follow-up now into Maniac in this bottom lane. Could be in some trouble here. Indeed, he is. He's pushed back. They get a kill onto their Magnus. It's a 2-for-1 across the map with a buyback from the Zeus.
Nice. Sicko getting involved. I like it. Going for the Radiance next on Spectre after the Orchid. Kind of fuck with that, to be honest. He just wants to stay relevant in terms of farm. He doesn't want to fall behind at all because he knows that Magnus is going to be farming a lot this Empower, even though Magnus is actually behind net worth compared to Spectre. Well, they're pretty much neck and neck right now.
It's incredibly close between the two. I mean, it could just be that the Magnus didn't have the worst lane in the world, but a couple of turnarounds there were quite rough for him. It's surprising he hasn't managed to keep parity, but to be fair, we gave a lot of credit to Maniac and to Shirks for pressuring this jungle and pressuring this top lane as much as they have. I think without Shirks Timber in this game looks very different.
Yeah, for sure. He's put a lot of pressure on the Magnus. It's also the fact that the Spectre is able to pick up some nice kills, like the one on the Zeus there. You know, adds a lot to this hero's net worth.
It's that thing we talked about before the game as well, which is that you can just start doing this now, right? Which is where he just keeps going on the Zeus continuously, and there's very little you can do if you're the Zeus situation. He does manage to survive that time, and in comes this Spectral Dagger. Oh, it's just a particle effect.
It's just a visual bug, yeah.
He manages to live there on Emperor June, and very important he does so, but he now knows anytime he shows anywhere on the map, this is a possibility.
Yeah, and this is going to keep happening to either of the supports on the side of JOONS, which is just the Spectre experience, really.
It's worth noting as well that he's going for the fast Aghanims instead of defensive items, so there isn't even any counterplay that they have into this.
Who is going for the S?
The Zeus.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, this is the same build that Maniac did last game, and I think it is quite good, but yeah, he will just die anytime he shows in the map, which is kind of sad.
To be fair, I think it was the point booster that kept him alive there, so maybe I'm entirely wrong with my my judgment of this build. Blink Dagger now coming out, which will be a really, really nice pickup there onto this big, scary Night Stalker, who is now behind Shirks the first time in the game, but as we said before, the rest of the core is all pretty close around the 7k mark. Smoke comes out. Sicko is going to be the one caught. He's caught immediately. Does manage to get that runaway, but is hit up with the Purge thereafter. So could still be in some trouble. Maniac, though, is the one being gone on. Night Stalker does so much damage. He's so large. The blink reveal there onto this tusk. Sicko going to stay back and deal with Maniac, while Faith Kian's going to try to make a go onto Shirks and Kamki. Kamki goes down almost immediately. Faith Kian now in a huge amount of trouble. Hang on, here comes the Echo Slam!
Huge Echo!
Giant Slam coming out from this Earthshaker, throws this fight in two, follow up with the RP from Sicko. It's a team wipe from the JOONS, 3k net worth lead, and all they lose is the Night Stalker. Solar Crest taking a nice family photograph of Wong's.
Really, really nicely played. Really, I mean, this is kind of what I was, saying about the draft. Like, compared to last game, they are playing Dota. They are actually playing the fucking game, and Solar Crest is actually on a hero that he can do something. Coral jumped in there. Like, he wanted to get something done. Instantly dead to the echo. Fucking instantly just dead. Um, which is pretty sad. But yeah, I mean, that's super nicely played. Really nicely played by Kane as well. Like he knew Tusk was dead or almost dead, so he went for the next target, which was Shadow Demon, and which meant like this team on the side of Wongs, they scrambled to try and help the Shadow Demon, which meant they all clumped up and just set up for Solar Crest to absolutely mog them with the Echo Slam. Really nicely played.
The nice result from this as well is the amount of net worth infusion that put into Sicko's back pocket. Sicko now very close to that Manta, which massively boosts his survivability into things like this Tusk, like this SD, and especially like this Orchid Spectre. So going to be able to stay alive a lot longer and also output a lot more damage. Also the Earthshaker obviously cleaning up the majority of the net worth from that. He is now closing in very closely on his BKB.
Oh, he's going for that. Okay. Yeah, I understand that. I mean, the silences on the side of Puck and the Spectre Orchid. Yeah, I can completely get behind him going for the BKB first. I think. Okay, what build? Oh yeah, he's going for this. I love this build. This build on Earthshaker. I tried it recently actually in a game. People usually that for the longest time they've been going this just like Ags build on Earthshaker. You know, because it's like more mobility, you jump around, you do more right click, you know, more, and it's obviously just good to get more stuns off. But like this new build, where it's like you build like a Kaya item and Shivas, you just jump in and like you fucking one shot people with your echo, like especially against a hero like Puck. Okay.
Jumping onto Mousy, and comes the Spectre as well. They immediately pop out the little baby bird, but Faith Kian is here, and he wants to make havoc with his backlines. Meanwhile, Shirk's in a lot of trouble. The Timber Chain gets chopped out by that Zeus. Follow up with that RP. Here comes the Echo Slam again. The Puck dies almost immediately.
Nagi.
And Shirk's also some trouble. Nagi with a really big death there, and Shirk's looks like he's going to follow him into the grave. 3 kills potentially here coming out for the side of the JOONS, and indeed it is. They lose Mousy, but it looks like the entirety, with the exception of this Spectre, is going to die in exchange for the JOONS squad. JOONS squad showing that game 1 isn't the story of this game, and they are feeling themselves.
Just, I don't know, Wongs are taking terrible fights. They're playing like Earthshaker and Magnus aren't heroes or something, and they're just running in there and getting hit by spells. Hopefully this means they'll kind of like wise up a bit and you know, take the fights a little bit better, because I don't know, they played game 1 so bad, and now that the JOONS have like some team fight spells that they can actually use, they're not respecting them at all. They're not giving respect to any of this. So
yeah. Now, the one thing to say is Spectre is closing in on that Radiance, and that could make a difference in these fights, which, you know, even a small thing like being able to cancel out the blink of that Earthshaker could make a ginormous difference in this fight. But as you said, by going for that BKB first, he is far less concerned about that. But speaking of concern, jump in onto the Zeus, almost dies to the Spectre, but no worries this time. Has Mousy next to him, so a wasted Shadow Step there. As Faith Kian goes on to Shirks, he's next to him. He has the silence on top of him as well. Shirks on this Timber,
Magnus
struggling somewhat now. Magnus as well coming in on top of him. Throws out that Q. Break from the break camp onto the Timber Saw. What unfortunate timing, but Shirks gets up a 4-man winning death, but it's not enough. The secret agent, Sleeper Kobold, manages to ruin that one for Shirks, and another successful go from the JOONS sets up a very easy rush.
nice. Kane calculated that. That's why they went for the gank.
That's what it's kind of Gagodi at economics PhD like Faith Kian can do, calculating the microeconomy of the creep camps in order to pull off plays like that.
For sure.
I once got told I have something micro, but it wasn't a degree in economics, and I'm still not over it, to be honest. I'm still dealing with that. Believe me, more of a macro guy.
Micro wage as a teacher.
It is. It's so micro, and to be fair, it's equal to the amount that I give society. I really do nothing. Whereas, you know, crypto bros, they're the ones who keep the lights on.
This is true. Finally, he's come around. He understands.
How else is Haley Welsh, Hawk Tour girl, going to buy a second island? Does my teaching do that? No. Koro could be in trouble. Echo Slam comes out from this with the follow-up Nimbus. Oh my god, JOONS are Jooning, baby. This is the kind of Dota I like to keep these guys. They love these hyper run at them, especially Mr. Diddles. These hyper run at them drafts just suit them so more than these sit back and farm drafts we've been seeing from them so far this league. This feels so much more up their street.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like Nagi I don't know. I think he has to build like the last two fights where he was in the Echo. He just died instantly. Like he just evaporated. I feel like if he doesn't change his item build a bit for something that like might keep him alive, then I think that might just keep happening to him. Like he's going for the Parasma. He's got the Witchblade. He's going for the Parasma next. But I mean, I don't know what you build here. I don't know if you go like Sanjin Yasha, Puck, or Yules or some shit. But I feel like he's just gonna anytime they have Echo, and like Solar Crest will just one shot him.
Yeah. We're seeing it this game. We mentioned beforehand that Nagy does have a lot of games on this puck, but they haven't been very successful for him this patch. So maybe pushing Nagy off his comfort heroes really does make a difference in a game like this.
No, Puck is definitely a comfort hero for Nagi. He's very good at this hero, but there's just certain games, for Puck
12% win
which are
rate this
very
patch.
hard.
Stats don't lie, Taylor.
Yeah. I understand, but it's still a comfort hero.
Mm.
But there's certain games for Puck, things like the Earthshaker and the Nightstalker, especially the instant stun from the Earthshaker and the sounds from the Nightstalker. Like he's just one of these gets on him, and he just cries because he can't play the game.
I think
Doesn't
it's one
matter
of
if you're the best Puck player in the world, that you'll struggle.
the benefits of, we mentioned how flexible JOONS draft was coming into this game, how it was really hard to predict which lanes people were going to. Just perhaps he didn't expect that mid shaker when they did pull it out, that they didn't think it was going to be a mid laner for Solar Crest.
Yeah, possibly, but I mean, yeah, that could be the case. Could be the case. One thing that I really think could help the side of Wong's is this item that Koro's going for next, getting the Aghanims up. If he can interrupt, the blinks, the Earthshaker wants to blink, Nightstalker wants to blink, Barrider wants to blink. If he can fuck that initiation up, and they can get the jump on them on the side of Wong's, that could be their way to win team fights. So maybe him having that will enable Nagi to go this damage build, the Parasma first, and maybe it'll make it all okay potentially.
Indeed, and they get a shard there. It's the most useless shard for them on the team. Shirk's could be in some trouble here. He is spotted out. They have the Batrider in fast pursuit. Mousy hits him with that lasso, but his teammates are there. But follow up with the Echo Slam coming once again from Solar Crest. More right clicks. Oh, Core's going to need. And Core's pushed back in by this Magnus. Down goes that big Spectre. The Ghost is toast, and they're following up now onto Shirks. He has
Nagi
his
dead as well.
coming back into him. Nagi dead in the back lines, going down to jump from Faith Kian, and now the follow-up jump onto Shirks. Shirks doing what he can to do the damage he can do, but it's not enough.
Catches him.
Silence. Incredible gameplay here from the JOONS. The first time this league, Wongs feel like they are up against the wall.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what happened on the side there with the Nagi dying and Puck, but I think he just got up soloed by Nightstalker. I think he just at this point with it when he has his ult up and he has the damage with the Echo Saber and the blink.
Quick shout out in the chat. Thank you very much to Blinks TV for the primer. Helping Krav pay off his gambling debts, one subscription at a time. So we appreciate that. Some love there. So far, a really clean game from JOONS as well. This pause one Magnus on Sicko, I gotta give credit, guys. Just been good, but I think the story of this game, you gotta give a shout out to this Earthshaker. He's just played incredible.
He's done really well. He's just always in the right place. Him and Kane, to be honest, they're both playing really well.
Looks like Shirks has been gone on in this mid lane and potentially by this Earthshaker. And he goes. A lot of damage onto him. They have that silence. They blocked him out behind the wall. A nice jump away. But here comes Mousy. He's in with that big gripe. Really nice plays on the Batrider. They have enough to follow Shirks. They don't this time. So Shirks is able to escape there. Meanwhile, though, Sicko in a lot of trouble. Does manage to escape. 10 seconds left on that Aegis. Emperor June going to go down. 5 seconds on that Aegis. Are you sure you want the smoke? Are you sure you want the smoke? 2 seconds, 1 second, get that regen. He's still in, and he's still gonna go, but he dies! He goes down, he mistimes the Aegis. A beautiful play there from Wong's Bakery, keeps him alive, and now their puck is there as well. They go for the Echo Slam though, and Koro, they care not. And Faith Kian is here with the follow-up, but it looks like a really good fight for the side of Wong's. JOONS squad potentially overestimating what they could do. A bit of a crazy play from the Magnus, to be frank.
I don't know, man. I don't think he noticed or something. He just didn't notice that the Aegis was going down. Even when he was there, he didn't manta or anything. He could have stayed alive for an extra second and kill Puck, but Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's not the it's not the worst in the world. They're still in a pretty good position. Just a small mistake from Mr. Sicko.
Yeah, who has been, to be fair, having a really nice game up to this point. It does give the Spectre a little inch back into this game, back towards that Aghanim Scepter, which is becoming closer and closer by the minute.
God, I love this build on our Shaker so much, man. I played it one time. I can't tell you how much fun it is. You know, the amount of damage you do with your Echo with like that level 20 talent and the Shivas and the Kai and Sanj. It's it's insane. It's insane.
I appreciate you telling me. I'll put it in the draft notes for the playoffs. Much appreciated, Mr. Taylor. Don't want to see you doing what Solar Crest is doing here. Hang on, in comes a nice little RP, a little free kill. Kamki could be a follow-up here as well, potentially. Could be in some trouble, tries to run away, but will be hit up.
Wait, what? They killed Coral on it?
Coral?
What? He was in the RP? I didn't even see him. I didn't see him under the fucking tusk. Holy shit. Okay, I guess Tusk and Spectre just thought they could go in Sicko and he just mantas.
Meanwhile, mid lane, Sodercrest trying to 1v2, and he might be able to do it, 10 seconds still. He has this, and he's got the BKB, able to walk away there. He has the jump back in potentially if they want to make it go, and Faith Kian does want to make it go. Shirk's in some trouble, Lasso ready and up, and they lasso him back. In comes Sicko, follow up with this damage. He has that harpoon, poons him, and now Shirk's gonna go down as well. It's a 4-man wipe for the side of Wong's, the JOONS. They're Jooning it. My points! I put the big points to this game, Taylor.
I missed the bet. Thank God I missed the bet. I was gonna bet big again on Wong's. Jesus Christ! Saved by. Honestly, I was saved by the remake.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say the old age, forgetfulness, early onset dementia. There's lots of reasons why people forget things.
Yeah. Not this time though.
Not this time. This time it's purely the remake's fault. 17k now on this Magnus. He is very big on Sicko. The newest acquisition of the June squad. There's a lot of questions. Was it worth kicking Stinky Steve? Is the biggest question. Yes.
Stinky,
I'm sorry, Stinky.
No. They would win 2-0 with Stinky Steve.
You reckon? Just Stinky Steve troll comes out and they're too scared to deal with the stench.
P.U.
Stinky. That's not a forklift exhaust. What does that stink? Take out the bottom tower here on the mag. 16k now for the side of the June squad, and BKV coming out next for this Magnus.
Oof. That BKB's gonna. I mean, he's already playing really well, getting the spells off, so this will enable him even further. I think they just need to somehow make the plays with this Spectre Ags. Like them allowing Puck to play the game is the only way I see them winning fights.
Yeah, for me, I'm just hoping it keeps going this way for June squad. It means I can rejoin the call after this game without being shouted at. Speaking of which, Coral, ring 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 is the June squad. They're right behind him. He's caught out. Here he is. Hit up. They found him. He is extremely dead once again on the Spectre. A very rough game for Coral so far.
Ooh, I think he was like 100 gold off his Ags or something. He was like, he lost 400. I don't know how much gold he actually lost there. Yeah, okay. Goddamn, he was about to get it. That's rough. They need this item if they're going to play the game. They need it. And even then, I don't know. It's still hard.
You know what dogs say during times of economic collapse?
What the dogs say during times of economic collapse?
This is woof.
I get it.
You see, because
I get it.
Because dogs are experts in the field of macroeconomics. Bottom tower being pushed now by Sicko. I think I've reached that point of the night. I think got a little goblin-y. Speaking of goblin, Shirk's caught out in the top lane by the lasso. No more flame coming out from the Timbersaw. This game is down. He looks like he's going to go down. Gets hit up with all of this damage. Follow up from the Magnus. Down he goes. Unstoppable on Faith Kian and this Night Stalker.
Yeah, now he's got the nullifier as well on the Night Stalker. Like, he can do nothing on the Timber. Like, his Ags worthless. Oh.
Speaking of this, Solar Crest hit up by a lot of heroes, but he has the TP and that BKB, so he manages to get out of dodge. Emperor June not so lucky. Looks like a slow TP potentially here. They are going to take down the Zeus, their first kill in a while, but in doing so, essentially give up this Roshan.
Yeah. I mean, Mr. Diddles dies, but he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. You know, the rest of us are here, but he's still meditating in the mountains of Pakistan, enjoying himself,
Yeah.
thinking
Mentally-
serene thoughts. Yeah.
Mentally, he is somewhere else. He's not in a game of Dota 2.
He's staring down the, I don't know any mountain. What mountains are in Pakistan? I'm a geography. I should know something about this. Give me a sec.
Oh, I don't even know
The,
any mountains in
the
Ireland.
mountains of Kashmir? Controversial statement, maybe there.
Sure,
My
let's go
apologies
with
to
that.
any Indian viewers in the chat.
No
It is in
apologies to
Pakistan.
Indians.
Who knows? Okay.
I'm
Coming down
kidding,
back to
I'm
this
kidding.
bot lane. So, wow, Ancient's dying. Holy moly. Um, Spectre does have that Aghanims finished up now. Will make a difference in these fights in terms of cancelling that Solar Crest Blink Dagger. But he himself is closing in on a big item, going for that Shiva's Guard. So you mentioned earlier this is really important for him. Can you tell me what makes this Shiva so good other than just jump, blink, bonk?
It's just the damage. The amount of damage output he has. It's like, yeah, like Puck was getting one shot before. Now he's going to get more one shot. This is my bold prediction.
More one shot means more good for their team. Diddle's
Oui,
now
oui.
also going for oui, oui, monsieur. Est-ce franc de français? C'était un stream de français maintenant. Non?
Fromage.
Oh, très bien. That's what they call cheese in French for any viewers at home. Shout out to the French diaspora among Irish Dota 2.
Nah, shout out to Cheese, man. It's
Yeah.
always got my back.
If cheese don't got me, then nobody got me, bro.
Oh yeah.
Except for when I need to go Honshu and sleep, and it gives me nightmares.
Okay. Oh, they all done the Cade. They look like they want to go.
They do, and now they're going into
Going
Kamki.
a
They
bit psycho.
have up damage on top of them as well. There's no Maniac to save him, so they immediately pop Kamki before this fight. Buyback now. The shouting
off for a
huge
buyback.
coil, but there's no follow-up for this coil. The Coral ult, though. They're going to get an Echo Slam out on two of them. Coral's almost dead again. Faith Cam with the triple kill. Buyback now. Bot available for this Spectre. Gets immediately chopped down. Sicko's going to
Buyback
die,
into
but he
this.
does have this Aegis.
Oh,
Maybe not.
no, Nagi.
Nagi's in even
Is
more
he?
trouble. Buyback from Maniac as well. He's on so little HP. There's a buyback also from this Spectre. Can they make this fight work? They're going to need to. They've used so much to make this fight work. If this one doesn't work, this game is over. It looks like they might be able to just about rescue it from the jaws of defeat, but Faith Kian, he's not okay with that. He's still going in. He's got the Tome of Wells. He's got the Foam's Wisdom. They do manage to get out on this Timbersaw in the end there. Buyback from Solar Crest. And a window has opened.
6 buybacks in total. Goddamn, crazy fight. I mean, I think they went a little bit crazy there on the side. Oh, they bought back 4 as well on the side of Wong's. Yeah, a little bit psycho from Kane there, just going forward, BKB everything just to kill the Shadow Demon who would buyback. Whereas I feel like they probably could have just hit the tower and put in the racks, but 4
That's not
buybacks,
JOONS Dota, you know?
nothing to scoff at. That is, yeah, not JOONS Dota. So they wouldn't do something as normal as this.
Indeed. Now, it is a bit of an opening, or despite it being like net positive fight for the JOONS squad, there is a bit of an opening in that they have just given away, hang on, the Emperor JOONS dieback. He did buyback last
Maniac.
fight. That is a big jump there.
Solo kill him.
Maniac.
Must have been kind of low or something from the fight, just didn't go back to base.
I would imagine so. Either that or a Spectre jump. Oh no, it was fully solo with all of his damage, able to pop him down, and a very important one to pick up. Means that JOONS are, you know, forced to step back here for a second. Close to 25 on the Magnus though, which on this hero is quite important in that you can get the RP stun duration or indeed the cleave, both of which are quite good. But catch out here on the no buyback Earthshaker. He has no BKB either. He does. He just about gets it there, pops it there in the end, throws off the Echo Slam, but it's only on Maniac. Koro now on top of him as well. This could be disastrous. They do manage to get the dieback though, and they manage to save Solar Crest, but he is ran down by Shirks in the end. But Koro looks like he's going to go down in exchange. Down goes Koro, and now it's just Shirks left alive. 3 men down for the side of Wong's. Very few of them left here. Mousy does go down to the go from this Timbersaw, and Timber, you know, tanking through this. He might be able to get away here. He's not, because he gets pushed out by this Magnus. So in the end, a great fight there from the JOONS. Can we see the buyback statuses there for a moment, Mr. Pepeg? Hang on though, Nagi could be run down here, could be in some trouble. Buyback from the Bat Rider this time. All of the buybacks being expended. This could be the fight of dreams. Mousy comes in with the TP. Nagi is up there. Does he get the blink? He doesn't get it off. So the buyback is unfortunately in vain, but now they will push down this mid lane. No buybacks on anyone.
No one. Which should be nice for Sicko. I mean, he should tear through these towers.
Indeed, it seems like he will. Starts chopping down these towers. Only Nagi on this puck with just a Parasma in terms of his damage output. This is going to be a very hard hold. They will have their Shadow Demon in just a while, but they take down the first Rax very quickly. They're going to get another little bit of a glyph from the second one, which is quite nice. But they start moving down towards this bottom wave, start hitting down this bottom tower, taking so much damage on it. Still 15 seconds to even Maniac's back up. Never mind your Spectre, who's still gone for another 38 seconds. Tower's being chopped. The Junes bring their lead up to 24k now. Jump in from the Magnus. Junes, chill, bro. Daddy, chill. They take down another lane of Rax. One more lane, 24 more seconds. Do they go for it? It doesn't feel like they're going to. Instead, willing to walk away from this one, happy with how that went.
Huge for Junes. Huge. Roche in 2 minutes. Probably going to wait for that. But who the fuck knows with these guys? Maybe they'll just smoke and run at them right now because they have no buybacks. That could be another play.
Indeed, it could be
Almost
another
20 Ags on Tuskar on the Maniac. The comeback item. If there's one item to hold high ground with, it's the Tusk Ags, you know?
The kick into Fountain Nonsense is always quite good. Working on the Faith Kian does pick up that 25 in the Night Stalker, so he now has the minus 50 seconds cooldown on the Dark Ascension. He essentially has it up 24/7 from now on, which is really nice.
Night Stalker. I mean, he's just like another guy on Night Stalker at this point with how strong he is.
And the Shiva's Guard finished up for Solar Crest as well.
What did he take? Did he take the... Oh yeah, minus 50 second Echo Slam cooldown, so 55 second cooldown on the Echo Slam as well, which is like so nice in this hero.
Yeah, really solid performance this time from Junes. To be able to come back and really hold Wongs against the ropes after that first game that they had just shows a mental fortitude I wouldn't have expected even from my boys. Chat's going to be loving the buyback status. So true, Mousy.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of, I think they have realized at this point that game one was just fucking draft if. They just drafted some dog shit heroes. Not some dog shit heroes, but maybe in a dog shit order. Because as we see from this game, with the right heroes, I can definitely take these guys for a run.
Really seems like it. Maniac trying to keep this mid lane pushed in. The side of Junes, as we mentioned, just going to try hold this top lane as best they can. Needs to be a little careful on Magnus, though. Maniac is rotating over towards him. Could spot him out here. He gets the blink off before he manages to catch him. Could have been really problematic there otherwise.
I don't think they have the damage anyway to lock him down before he can, like, Manta or BKB or something, so... Not too worried on Magnus and playing him in a position like this. This guy though, Emperor June.
Yeah, Emperor June. Yeah. That's Diddle's Dota, baby.
Yeah, I feel like they just think he's got his teammate behind him, so they don't go with Spectre. But in reality, he probably should be dead.
This man's got like a pair of twos, and he's saying all in, all in. Everyone else at the poker table is like, oh shit, this guy's got something good. Really, all he's cooking is pure shit. Gonna find out about this respawn now, and Roche is back up for the June, so they're gonna start tearing through this Roshan. Do we still think that Magnus is the ideal Roche carrier here?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, him or Night Stalker, I think. Most likely Magnus, though. Magnus can just walk up and pretty much take the Megas. I'd say mostly uncontested. They don't really have too much poke on the side of Wong's, so it'll be quite hard to actually stop him from taking your base.
Aghanim's also picked up there for the Earthshaker, by the way. Small thing to mention.
Oh, lovely. That's huge. Some extra mobility in the fight. Means it's going to be really hard for him to die. Well, the smoke out here. They want to. Oh, they realize that they cannot fight them. They cannot let them just take the Megas. So they want to fight them beforehand. Oh, they see.
Maniac first one caught out. Jumps in now on top of all of them. Emperor June in a lot of trouble, but Maniac also in some trouble. They throw out that Thunder God's Wrath. This Nimbus playing so much issues with Coral. Coral is all but dead. Down goes Coral. Maniac looks like he's going to follow him into the dark. Down he goes. They do manage to take out Emperor June, but you trade your Spectre to do so. But hang on, Mousy in a lot of trouble as well. Nagi does match him out. Nagi with the double kill. Here comes the Echo Slam. It only lands with the follow-up RP onto Kamki. That is so much hatred for so little. And Shirks now might be able to play Ring Around the Rosies here for a little bit.
Shirks
although now he no longer has his big Aghanims, and he gets chopped down. Buyback from Shirks, but they are marching in onto this.
Buyback up on Kamki as well.
They do get the buyback. The big ultimate target himself, Kamki, could be the go here. They throw out the chakra onto the wave. Faith Kian, not understanding how gates work, you know, like dogs do bash their head against those special gates, does manage to get through it eventually, hanging out behind it, ready for the jump in with that nullifier. If they are not careful, they do not respect this go. They do throw it out here. Now instead, it jumps out on Kamki. Kamki in so much trouble. Look like he is all but dead. And indeed, down he goes. But the buyback from Puck is here too, and they don't have many ultimates left in terms of what they can do to stop this. Faith Kian goes down. That's his Echo gone. And Solarcrest unfortunately whiffs on that Echo Slam. Core gets sent away. This is June Gaming if ever we've seen it. Looks like Solarcrest is going to be the next one in trouble. Still silenced up by the Spectre. Somehow, Wongs have managed to pull a fight from what looked like the jaws of defeat.
Oi, oi, oi. I mean, it should... I mean, huge decision by them to, you know, take the fight before they get to the high ground. I think that they really just got ahead of themselves on JOONS there, blasting all of the ultimate spells onto pretty much a Shadow Demon. It was the Echo Slam and the RP, all for a Shadow Demon who had buyback. I think they just didn't think that the buyback status would be up on him or the other heroes right now, so they thought they could end the game, but yeah. Bit of a throw, but I think they're still okay because once again they do not have any of the buybacks on the side of Wong's Bakery again.
Indeed they don't, and the buybacks are back up for the side of the June squad, so gonna need another maybe 2 fights like that to throw the game at this point.
Yeah, I wonder what the play is on JOONS now. I feel like they're still in such a commanding position that they just need to go. Like, now that they get the buyback on Solarcrest up, he's probably just waiting on some gold. Let me check. Yeah, I know he's gonna have like 200 gold. So yeah, I think you just get your buybacks on your heroes and just run it down. Try and kill some guys.
Simply don't Echo Slam a solo Shadow Demon and it should be a fine game.
Yes,
solo Shadow Demon, I should say.
I think if they don't Echo and RP the Shadow Demon, they're probably going to win the fight. That's my bold take.
Casual 6k gold on the Magnus as well, just chilling. Ready to be used.
Yeah, his slots, he's got too many slots. I guess he doesn't really know what to do with them, because if he doesn't have his treads, he can probably play without treads, actually, because he has the skewer.
That's a nice one. The Demonic Cleanse coming out for the Shadow Demon. Really nice, especially when you're playing into all of this catch, to have something like that to save someone like Shirks, who, despite the fact that he's fallen off somewhat, has kind of been the mainstay of Wong's game so far.
The smoke on JOONS bottom.
Here it comes. Smoke comes out.
They want to end this game. They want to get at it.
They're ready to go. Maniac might show mid, and indeed he does. He uses his snowball as well, so he could be the first target here. Get the blink away. Really nice escape there.
Yeah, super, very, very heads up play by Maniac there. He smokes and pushes the wave out, because if he does that when he's not smoked, I mean, he's just dead. Game is maybe over.
Yeah, in a bit of trouble. Solarcrest is still able to just pop these waves almost immediately though, so they are going to start putting a lot of pressure in terms of these waves. Top and bot and mid all pushing in towards the side of the Wong's Bakeries. 28k net worth lead right now for the JOONS at 46 minutes. You know, coming into tonight, you know, for my inside baseball on the JOONS, all they said was we want to at least give them one good game. And God knows they are giving it to them right now. In goes Faith Yan, jumps immediately onto this big, scary boy on the Tusk, but he is able to get out of that one. It looks like the Echo Slam. Hang on. Big go out here onto the Magnus. The Magnus is kicked back. He's hit with a punch. Magnus is dead. Sicko is down. A disastrous fight for the side of June Squad. They are forced out, but they do have Koro caught up here. And it looks like he's going to go down. No, he's not. He dodges. At the last minute, he manages to get out. And Sicko manages to take out both Magnus and Koro. Down he goes. A huge buyback here from the Magnus. Saves what it was starting to look like a difficult fight. Now Kamki going to go down as well. No buybacks on the side of Wong's Bakery. They might just have done it. They've taken out this final racks. Mega creeps now in the hands of the Jews of Shirks. Does pop Mousy? Will he die for doing so? Here comes the Tusk with this snowball with the follow-up stuns from this Earthshaker means that he's going to go down. Still buyback available on this Tusk. Mousy does manage to take back that gem. Faith Kian takes so much damage from that Whirling Death. But hang on, here comes Sicko. He's caught Shirks. Can he stop in his path? It doesn't look like he can. So instead, damage being put out onto these tier 4s. That's one tower down. Sicko absolutely shredding through these towers. 80 seconds until you have Puck. 80 seconds until you have Spectre. Have they pulled this off? They take out Tusk. It is Shirks versus the world, and he is silenced right now on this Timbersaw. They are going for this base. They are going for this win. They might have just taken the first game off of Wong's Bakery. GG is called early?
No, it's the offensive GG based.
Oh, Sicko. GG called by Maniac. And JOONS Squad, despite what looked like a disastrous first game, pull out an absolute